Kendra Davis live that they did together. Kendra Davis interviewing Philip Scott. So this is part three. Part three, y'all already did part one and part two. So you got to go to my live for part one and part two. And guess what, y'all? I got 4 additional subscribers. 4 new subscribers, y'all. So somebody liked it. So anyway, so if that was hard to hear because of the introduction music, I got 4 new subscribers from the Philip Scott and Kendra Davis commentary that I'm doing to their live. Kendra Davis interviewing brother Philip Scott. So go back and listen to part 2 and part 1, August 18th of 2025. So this is part 3, August 18th of 2025, part 3, because it's still August 18th where I'm at on the West Coast. Okay, so anyway, so I'm gonna go to the video. Hold on. Here we go. And it's about the extinction of the American Black family. And I will be putting the video in the description box on part 1, part 2, and part 3, but I will not put it in the description until I complete this live. Okay, so hold on. Hold on just 1 second, y'all. Thank you for your patience. I caught this advertisement that was getting ready to come up, y'all. I caught it.
People are asking me, it's stupid.
And this is Philip Scott, of course.
Stupid question. All right. What do you bring to the table? What do you want her to bring to the table, bro?
And I already covered this in part 2. When he says, what do you bring to the table? I already gave my perspective of how I feel about that.
Trying to figure out, because women are supposed to take care of men financially. That's more now. Women would ask that question another way. They're like, well, what you do for a living? Like, what do you work? They want to figure out if you can financially handle bills, right? They may ask questions about, you have been in trouble with the law and things like that. They're trying to figure out if you're a criminal or not, right? They want.
Thank you, y'all, for tuning in.
Make sure you're not gonna beat them, cheat on them, etc. But all these people are asking these questions, what you bring to the table on these platforms. Just take a look at the messengers. None of them have relationships or even a marriage.
Okay, I'm going to comment on that, y'all. Okay, so that's a favorite thing that will be brought up. People talking about these situations that don't have a relationship or a marriage. Okay, so don't go nowhere, y'all, because this is going to be very important what I'm getting ready to say. But I got to reply to these comments first. So Pure Vanilla Cookie. Hello. Janine Marlowe. Hello. And Janine Marlowe. Let me see. Is this Marlowe or yes, it's Marla. Janine Marla. Okay. And Janine Marla, you are cool as well. Am I pronouncing your name right? If I'm not pronouncing your name right, spell it how I should be pronouncing it. But for me, it would be Janine Marla. So, okay, so this is going to be very important. Don't lead alive. Because he says here, basically, this is the rhetoric, right? That people that are not in a relationship or currently not married cannot give advice. In part 2, oh, hello, you're from Brazil. Wow. I have a viewer that's in my live that's actually from Brazil. I watch Brazilian videos all the time here and there. Yeah, so thank you so much. Yeah. I love the Brazilian accent as well. It's very pretty. So thank you for tuning in. See, you never know who's watching, y'all. See, this is the point here. Everything you learn ain't going to be from somebody that's in your country, right? This sister is way from Brazil watching my live. And I watch the videos, Brazilian videos from Brazilian people from Australia, Brazil, Italy, all different places, okay? and Britain, and I just love watching those videos. You're welcome, Janine Marla. So hello, EMA. Hello, the like button is the name of the YouTube channel. That person says, I'm divorced. My marriage didn't work because I wasn't ready. And in reality, I didn't have a great communication skills and we became toxic to each other. Thank you. See how this individual actually admitted that? Now, this is something to the like button. I'm thinking you're a man. Are you a man on the like button? Confirm that. I think you're a man because you did something. If you're a man or a lady, you did something that Philip Scott was not able to do. He blamed everything that happened. Yeah, I knew you were a man. Okay, so thank you. And I'm glad you're a man. This is why. The YouTube channel, y'all can see his comment from the like button. I'm glad you're a man because this is something that Mr. Philip Scott, the commentary that I'm doing, he couldn't admit that he wasn't the best husband. He blamed it all on his ex-wife. And I'm against that. I'm divorced as well, and I take accountability for my part. Guess what? Because we picked the person, right? Okay, so HP Bear says, you my wife now, okay? I'm gonna wait a minute. HP Bear says, I'm gonna make us some chicken Alfredo for dinner. Okay, Snookums. Okay. HP Bear says, I'm his wife now. I'm actually not your wife. And there's someone that may want me to be their wife that suggested that I be their wife. Okay, so HP Bear says, love you, my honey bunches of oats. I love you more, but I just want to be honest. I can't be your wife now. I got to get to know you, right? If I'm gonna be your wife, I got to get to know you. So, but I've had a couple of men interested in me being their wife, to be honest. And I'm not married. You are an adult? Yes, I am. Janine Marlowe, I am an adult. I sure am. Let me get with these comments to make sure I got everybody. EMA, hello again. The like button is a man from that YouTube channel. Now, Janine Marlowe, what does SOU CRANCA mean in Brazil? Oh, you're a child? How young of a child are you, Janine Marlowe? Janine Marlowe, if you're a child, this video is not X-rated, but I will try to keep in mind that you say you are a child. How young of a child are you? The like button, YouTuber, you wasn't ready for married life. Good. Be blessed and move on. The Lord has other things for you to do. So the person that says she's a child, how old are you? Just make sure you have permission from your parent to watch this, but I'll try to be as respectful as I can be. And I'm gonna be honest with children. Some of this y'all need to know early, right? So if you're a child, tune in because I wish somebody would have said this stuff when I was a child. Okay, Janine Marlowe. Okay, good night. You're gonna go to sleep. Thanks for the thumbs up. Good night. And you can just watch the video later, okay? Send it to your parents. Tell your parents, hey, I found a YouTuber that you might want to listen to. She's a funny lady. Tell them that and see what they say. So anyway, going back to this rhetoric about people saying you're not eligible to give advice because you're not married or have not been in a 20 or 30 year marriage or whatever. Okay. Now, they also said about money. If the person don't have money, they can't give you advice on money. In part 2, I gave you a perfect example of why I can give you advice on money. You know why? Because I can tell you what not to do that caused me to be broke. Having too much credit card debt, marrying the wrong man, not saving money. This is some of the things I've named. Not understanding money, not being taught how to budget it, not being raised on how to save it. Okay. So if you take the things I did and you don't do them, you'll have a lot more money than I have in the bank right now. Okay. Same way with a relationship. If you take what I did and do the opposite, don't get in an abusive marriage, don't marry a man or woman that's not a spiritual loving person, that's not empathic, don't marry abusers, don't marry scam artists, be patient, get to know the man or woman. If you do all of this stuff that I did not do, you can have a successful marriage. So it's not true that people that have fucked up can't get you on the road to where you need to be. Okay? Do you know the average millionaire was homeless before they became a millionaire? You didn't know that, did you? Most millionaires experienced homelessness. So for one, when you experience homelessness or displacement, it teaches you the value of money, how fucked up people are, and it teaches you what your actual needs really are, and it ain't $1 million mansion. It teaches you to live more simple because you live displaced in your vehicle, in your motorhome, or at a shelter. So it is not true that just because I'm not in a current long-term marriage, I can't teach you shit. Because number one, I'm not in a current long-term marriage. Number one, because I'm actually a happy person. Okay, so I know not to get in shit that's gonna make me miserable. Okay, please understand that just because somebody's not currently in a long time prison sentence called a marriage, I'm pro marriage if it's gonna be happy. But I'm just doing the commentary of Philip Scott and Kendra Davis. I'm responding to the stuff that they're saying so you will know more. So stop listening to people that ain't got no money and people that's not in a relationship cannot teach you nothing. Some of the happiest marriages, they saw miserable marriages and they decided they are not going to be miserable like the marriages they saw growing up. I'll give you another example. My mom did not parent me every day. My grandmother raised me part of my life. But I parented my children and they lived with me for many, many years. Their whole life, my children have lived with me since the day they was born. Now, my mom didn't do that. So can you say that I didn't learn from my mom? Yes, just do the opposite. So I can help you get you on the road to a better relationship by teaching you what not to freaking do. Okay? And stop being so judgmental of people that's not in relationships because they're smarter than you think. Yes. So, okay, let's go on for more. So, I'm just telling you the truth here, but that's an attack and that's the rhetoric that's thrown out there to get you not to listen to good advice. I might give you some better advice than a married woman. Because if she ain't happy, she ain't, unless she gonna teach you how not to be happy and tell you the truth. Now, if an unhappily married woman is gonna tell you the truth, then you might get somewhere. If she's going to teach you the regrets, Like I shouldn't have picked up that man in that bar. Okay, so the like button YouTuber says he was homeless for 4 months. No, let me go back to the first comment. The like button YouTuber says, I am a spontaneous spender when it comes to my money. A spontaneous spender, long as you have the money and you don't overspend. I consider a spontaneous spender kind of like a splurger. So splurgers, I used to be a splurger and it's hard for them to save. But the like button said I was homeless for 4 months. After the military, I still catch myself spending when I shouldn't, but I live very simple now. Congratulations. Okay, so take the advice of the like button. I like what he just said there. The like button said, my life as a child was rocky too, to say the best. Okay. However, I do the best I can for my kids now as a father. Hold on, I'm pushing this, trying to read it. Doing the best I can now as a father of children, as a separated mom and dad. Okay, so he's further proof. So we have a dad here, the like button YouTuber. He's basically saying that he went through the same thing. He chose to be a father and he's not even in the home every day, but he's still being a good father. So this is more proof that you can listen to people that did not have the best upbringing, didn't have a mother and father, or they struggle to save, if they're willing to tell you the bad of what they did so you can change it. So you can listen to them, okay? Because you can listen to anybody. I'll put you on the right road to a relationship by teaching you not to be miserable, and I'll put you on the right road to financial freedom by telling you the pros and cons and what I went through and what I learned. So, okay, tune in, y'all. Listen, because this is commentary on this, the extinction of the American Black family. It's been extinct, y'all. The American Black family has been extinct, okay? This ain't new, okay? And as brothers and sisters shoot each other down, as long as we are always popping up on the American Crime Femicide YouTube channel and Black Girl Gone YouTube channel and stuff like that, the American Black family will continue to be extinguished because we're the ones extinguishing it, right? It ain't the white man riding around on the horses with the white sheet on anymore. Yeah, they still doing that too, but we're killing off ourselves faster than anybody. Okay, so listen to this, y'all.
A marriage. They don't even have it. So why are you taking advice on people?
He's not happy. Philip Scott, I've already gave you my opinion in the other parts 1 and 2 that he's not happy. He confirmed for me in so many ways that, you know, happiness is a up and down thing, which it ain't. Go back to part 2. I explained why happiness is not an up and down thing. Okay.
People that cannot show you a viable relationship.
They can't show you a viable relationship. I just talked about this. This is what they're going to teach you. Okay. That I can't teach you nothing because I don't have a viable relationship, but I have viable relationships in my life. Okay. And all relationships are not worth it, and all relationships will not be viable or healthy. Okay.
Anything. I never understand that. And people, oh yeah, he right. She right. Right about what?
And his first marriage did not work. So should we say we shouldn't listen to him because his first marriage didn't work? No, because he is pointing out some good pointers. And if you go back into part 1 and part 2, you'll see the parts where I agreed with what Philip Scott was saying.
Listening to single people talk will keep you single. Because what are they going to teach you?
No, listening to single people talk will not keep you single. Not if you're listening to me. Okay? Because you can be either or. I give you options. You can be single or you can be in a marriage. See, with me, you got options, and I'm just guiding you to the option that's going to keep you happy, because it's not true that you got to be up and down, happy one day, unhappy the next, like a roller coaster. Every blue moon, I have a bad day, right? I had a bad day about a week ago, but you know why it was a bad day? Because I was conversating with an abuser, an abusive relative. I did lives about that. Y'all gotta watch all my lives. They're kind of interesting. So go get you a little journal, and I put the dates on my live and just check off which live you watched, and then go on to the next one. Be cleaning while you tuned into the live.
You're right. Right about what? Listening to single people talk will keep you single. Because what are they going to teach you? Only they can expert in is being single. So what you bring?
No, I'm not an expert in being single. That's not true. Because I've been married and I'm divorced. So I'm not an expert. There's no such thing, an expert in being single. But he's not an expert in being happy, y'all. Because he think happiness is a up and down thing. So he's not an expert in being happy. So I'm pro happy, not always pro marriage. Pro marriage does not always equal pro happiness.
13 is being single. So what you bring to the table type of stuff, I'm very hard.
And him being married ain't getting the little 25 pounds of Philip Scott that needs to come off of him. Why can't he get some of this weight off, y'all? I talked about that in part 2. Or part 1. Part 1 or 2, I talked about the healthiness. Part 1, I talked about the healthiness. So the like button says, okay, he was homeless for 4 months after the military. Okay, so I read that one. So this is a gentleman that was displaced and homeless and is back on track, being a great father and not homeless anymore. Proof. Listen to him, y'all. The like button, YouTuber. Listen to what he's saying. Read his comments. I would say the like button YouTuber says, I would say I am an expert in being single because that's where I am happy. You got to be happy. Hey, if you're an expert at being single, be an expert. Okay, I'm going to suggest you go to a YouTuber that will, he's an expert at living a nomad life, and he's an expert in being happy too. His name is Timothy Ward. Timothy Ward. Last name W-A-R-D. Timothy, T-I-M-O-T-H-Y. Timothy Ward. Tune into him. Very motivational, single man. He's an expert at being single, and Timothy Ward is one of the happiest men that I've seen on YouTube. And he lives a nomad life. He's not bound by property. I believe he got some money, y'all. I believe Timothy Ward is saving that money too. I just do. Because he ain't living like the world. All the car payments and house payments and all that crap. And he has over 100,000 subscribers. God, probably over millions of views by now. He's one of my favorites. Timothy Ward was one of the YouTubers that recommended we get YouTube channels. He guided me on the road to my channel right here, y'all. He gave me the final guts to do it. Timothy Ward, single black man. Yeah, so the like button, I like that you're an expert at being single. Okay. Some of y'all may not know what that means. He said he an expert, y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Be an expert. He ain't no fool. The YouTuber, the like button, he's not a fool. Okay. So, yeah, so let's go back to the commentary.
13 is being single. So what you bring to the table type of stuff, I'm very hardcore against that because...
And black men like this and men like this, they want to, just because they're married, it's a status, and they want you to feel like you're beneath them just because he's married. Fuck his weight, fuck how unhappy he is, fuck all this shit. Just, he got to be above you just because he has a wife. but wasn't able to keep his first wife. So he's gone through the same shit we went through, y'all. What we supposed to say? You know what, Philip Scott, since you was divorced, you can't give us advice, even though your second marriage is working. See, we don't look at him like that, right? Because I could easily say that about him. Well, since your first marriage didn't work, I'm not listening to you. But we're going to assume that he's doing something different in his second marriage, and he seems to like his second marriage better. So congratulations to him. But he's still not happy, y'all. Philip Scott is not a happy man. And he will not be happy until he loses 40 pounds. Minimum. Minimum 40 pounds. He got to lose 40 pounds for me to be a side chick, y'all. No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't be a side chick. He's not my type, but I'm just saying. Okay.
First thing is being single. So what you bring to the table type of stuff, I'm very hardcore against that because I believe men should be about their bag and get their bag and don't even date until you get it. Because you got to have...
No, men, you can date before you get a bag because you know what? Money is not based on a relationship. A relationship is not based on money. So you can date before you get a bag because you can meet your woman and then y'all become rich together. The right woman is not just not going to marry you just because you don't have a bag. Unless you're just looking for a gold digger. So I disagree with him. And this is why he's unhappy. Because he's with a woman where he had to have a bag. She just didn't want to fuck him just because he had to have a bag. So see why he's miserable? Because he could potentially be in a second marriage that's not based on true, genuine love. Because that's not true, genuine love, y'all. To be with somebody just because they got a bag, which means money. They got to have money. It's not good.
Because you got to have a resource. That's the bottom line. You have a resource.
For me to be his woman, he got to lose some weight. He got to do what I did. For 3 years now, I've kept 25 pounds off me. So for him to be my man, he got to lose some of this damn weight. I don't care how much bag he got. He got to get some of this belly off his ass and accept that he's overweight. Except that he would be better looking and he would live a longer life if he got this weight off him. That's truly how I feel. Okay. So see, for me, I'm not looking for your bag. I want you to live a long, healthy life. And there's more to it than a bag. Okay. A bag meaning the money. So let me see. Anthony. Matlaw, okay, hello, welcome to the live. I'm doing commentary on The American Black Family by Kendra Davis and Philip Scott. I'm doing commentary on the interview live that they did. And it's helped because I've gotten 4 more subscribers today, y'all. I did a part 1, I did a part 2, and this is part 3.
Because you got to have a resource. That's the bottom line. You don't have resources as a man, you shouldn't even feel right as a man.
You should feel right as a man if you don't have resources. Money doesn't make you. I'm going to bring this quote up again. Like Bob Marley says, they so poor, all they got is money. If you a man and you sleeping out on the sidewalk, you should still feel like a man because you are biologically a man. Okay? If you got $1 million in your bank account and you go to the bank tomorrow and it's all gone, you should still feel like a man because you are born as a man. And this is why so many men, especially in the United States, commit suicide. Because they're taught that they're not a man if they don't have the money. It's bad teaching and it can lead someone to being suicidal. But he's going to teach this so he doesn't have to lose 40 pounds. So he's going to teach you that you're not a man because you ain't got money. But I'm teaching you a better man when you get some of this belly off you. Okay? A man should not look pregnant. And if he do look pregnant, he need to work on that.
Because you got to have a resource. That's the bottom line. You have resources as a man, you shouldn't even feel right as a man.
It's bullshit. I just described you should feel right. You were born a man. It's your right to be a man when you were born a baby boy. So the moment you came out as a baby boy with the DNA of a male, and you could see the penis, little penis in between your legs, you are a man. Regardless, you born a boy and you grow to be a man, and you being a man is not based on money. It's not. It's based on spirituality, being a praying man. You could be living out on the sidewalk. Also, Philip Scott, he ain't mentioned nothing about, he's not going to mention prayer. He's not mentioning spirituality. He's not mentioning that stuff. He's just teaching you a man based on resources and money. There's more to being a man than that.
Because you got to have resources. That's the bottom line. You have resources as a man.
You do need resources to survive. I would say that, but not just a man needs that. A lady needs it as well. But even if I lost every resource I have today, I'm still a lady, regardless of what bank account or money that I have, because I'm born a girl. The Lord allowed me to be born and created. That's why I'm a lady, not based on resources. This is ungodly teachings that he's teaching you. He's teaching you a false sense of reality that can harm you later.
Because you got to have resources. That's the bottom line. You have resources as a man.
You got to have God too. And the Lord, the one most high in heaven. You got to have that too.
You shouldn't even feel right as a man without resources.
You shouldn't feel right as a man without God. And I'm talking about a heavenly God. I can't stand it when they do that, y'all. Do the commercial things. That annoys me. It just does it out the blue. Like, and I'm not expecting it.
Resources. That's the bottom line. You have resources as a man, you shouldn't even feel right as a man without resources.
Okay, that's an interesting take.
Kendra Davis, I don't think she fully agrees with that. The way she's looking in her body language, she says that's an interesting take. She was in a marriage over 20 years and her husband passed away. And I think they married very young, I think, maybe in her 20s or something. And I suspect he didn't have much when they got married. I think I think she married a Muslim man. I'm going to assume that she's a Muslim woman. I think she probably met him at the masjid or the mosque and they married. And so she's not a gold digger. Kendra Davis is not a gold digger. I've watched her enough to know that. And she's the type of woman, she picks a man from her soul. I believe she has a good soul. So her body language shows that she's in disagreement with that, because I don't think her marriage was based on resources. I believe he had resources. I don't think she married a man that wouldn't work and wouldn't provide. But I think her and her husband were probably like a team. This is just my intuition on this. And she doesn't seem to fully agree with his take on he has to have resources. I don't think her body language is showing me, in my opinion, that she doesn't agree with that. And I don't agree with it as well.
My opinion of the question of what do you bring to the table, I don't know that I have a problem with the concept of that. I think what I have more of an issue with is what that's based upon in today's conversation.
Okay.
I think,
and I would agree with Kendra Davis. Like, what is that based on in today's world? It's based on a bunch of materialistic stuff, y'all.
100 years ago, that's a different kind of conversation. I think at this point, we don't know what the other one is even supposed to, quote, bring to the table.
And that's true. We don't know what people are supposed to bring to the table, but I told you what you're supposed to bring to the table, and it's yourself. You bring your dick and pussy to the table. Okay, that's what you bring. Bringing the most pure form of what you got to the table that does not involve materialistic stuff. Okay?
In order to assess whether it's valid or not, or whether it's valuable or not. For instance, I'll give you an example. When women talk about,
I'm so glad the child left alive. The little girl, y'all. Remember, she said she's a child. I'm so glad she left alive and said bye. Yeah, because I just thought about that. I'm like, what if this? It sounds like she's a teenager. Ain't that weird that a kid would be up this late at night on my live? That's kind of strange. But anyway, hey, rather her hear it young than when she got too old. Hopefully she doesn't fuck her life around like I did, okay? Because I fucked my life up, but I'm trying to straighten that shit out now. So, okay. What in the world?
In order to date.
What in the heck is happened to this? Hold on, I gotta get it back on the Bluetooth. So, let me see what this says. The like button YouTuber says, sorry I had to disconnect. My daughter had a nightmare. Oh, that's fine. You know what? I used to have nightmares when I was little. It's weird you would say that. I used to have those sometimes when I was living with my grandmother, and I'm going to tell you what it was. Hold on, I'm fixing this. Why is this not? Oh my God, y'all. Hold on, I got to fix the speaker. Technical difficulties, y'all. Okay, so when I was a little girl, I used to have nightmares. I was a sleepwalker, and I was diagnosed as a child and as an adult as a sleepwalker. I had one of the best pediatric doctors when I was a little girl. Helen Nash was my pediatrician when I was a little girl, and she said, no, she's not crazy, she's a sleepwalker. Okay, so I had nightmares when I was little too. I don't know where you are spiritually. Let me see. Okay, the like button says, after her nightmare, she wants to go to my room and I sleep on the couch, and she says she's safer there. Be careful with that. She might be a sleepwalker. It sounds like a sleep disorder, but the like button, YouTuber, I don't know where your spiritual life is at, but nightmares also link to demonic activity in the home. And there was demonic activity. Good. Okay, you attend church every Sunday. Thank the Lord. So there was demonic activity in my home. My grandmother, she was in an organization. She was an Eastern Star. And I believe that there was demonic activity that can come from being an Eastern Star. That's basically a female Mason. I was just talking to my cousin about this yesterday. And we were talking about these organizations and occults and stuff like that. And we was just talking about this. We was talking about Eastern Stars, Masons and stuff like that. So I believe there was some demonic activity that came from that. And so that can contribute to nightmares because Satan attacks the child while they're asleep. However, there also was a sleep disorder that I had that kind of helped with this demonic activity. But guess what? One of the things you can do to stop nightmares in children is do the Lord's Prayer in the morning and in the evening, and download the King James Prayer app and do those prayers. But the part of the Lord's Prayer, no matter what your religion is, even if you're Muslim, you should be doing the Lord's Prayer on top of your salat, because this is how it goes. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. And some of those nightmares, over time, continue that prayer, the like button YouTuber for your daughter, and her nightmares will disappear. My mom was a praying woman. So when I was at my mother's house, the nightmares basically went away. The nightmares kept coming back when I went to my grandmother's because my grandmother was in that Eastern Star shit. That's what it was. And the medical issue of being a sleepwalker. So being a sleepwalker, okay, and having demons attack me when I was a little girl. So do the Lord's Prayer and some of her nightmares will go away. And then, let me see. The like button YouTuber says, I wasn't a spiritual man for a long time. While I was in Afghanistan, I sat down one day and I prayed for God to let me die. That night I had a dream. That night I had a dream where I had a voice repeat, you are meant for more. Amen. And you are meant for more. But see, you got to understand this, the like button YouTuber. What happens is that spiritual attack that was upon you, now it's attacking your daughter. So you were able to get it off you. But if you're from Afghanistan, if you are a Muslim and you're doing your salats, add the Christian Lord's Prayer on top of your salats. Let me tell you what Shaitan did. He separated Islam and Christianity so you wouldn't do both. You need to do both. You need to do salats because you're saying to God, that's your homage to God. You're saying you're the most gracious, you're the most merciful. Lord, please forgive me. So your salat is that's your homage to God, Allah, right? But the Lord's Prayer, that's your protection from the demons. So if you're a Muslim and you're not doing the Lord's Prayer, or you're a Christian and you're not doing salats, you're going to be in big trouble and you're not fully covered. So just do the Lord's Prayer. Long as you know, if you're still Muslim, long as you know that you're talking to the one God, Allah, you can still do the Lord's Prayer. And in the Lord's Prayer, instead of saying our Father which art in heaven, say Allah. But the thing is, your daughter needs to be delivered from the evil one. And that will help. And it worked. I no longer have nightmares, and I'm a full-grown adult. I do not have nightmares anymore. Those nightmares, I may have a bad dream every once in a while that I don't even know it's a bad dream. But all those nightmares went away because, for one, I'm out of that demonic situation. I didn't become an Eastern Star. I'm not married to someone that's in Masonry. So I didn't follow that path. I follow our heavenly Lord, okay? I bought a book. I was telling my cousin this. I brought a book about the oaths that Eastern Stars take to learn what some of their secrets are. Those books are shredded now. And I probably don't need those books in my home, but they got shredded at this storage I had. And one of the oaths that Eastern Stars take is making an oath that if they tell what they learn, that they agree to have their tongue cut out. The hell? Does that sound like some holy stuff? No wonder I had freaking nightmares. If my grandmother became an Eastern Star and she's doing demonic oaths saying, yeah, I'm okay, cut my tongue out. Of course the kids are going to have nightmares. That all goes with the program. Okay, good job. The like button YouTuber says he will do the Lord's Prayer. Okay, and I want to pray to the Lord that all those demons and that your daughter get diagnosed for a sleep disorder. Take her to the doctor for that too. You know, that makes sure there's no brain tumors. There's no epileptic seizures going on silently and all of that stuff. So, okay, so the like button YouTuber says he's not from Afghanistan. He was deployed from Afghanistan. Well, you know what? Being deployed from there, a lot of demons can get on you and attack your daughter because there was a lot of bad stuff going on down there, you know? So there's a lot of demonic activity. Okay, so the like button, okay, congratulations. Okay, he says he was a Christian, raised with the traditional values. He joined the Marines and fought. Okay, that's as far as you will go in your past. Yes, so just do more prayers over your daughter. My mom, she used to put the olive oil on my forehead and get the demonic spirits off me when I was a little girl. Shoot, I was almost borderline possessed, y'all. But the devil didn't win, right? I was under great attack. Because, I mean, even though I got this small YouTube channel, the devil didn't want me on this channel. The devil didn't want me teaching my kids about the Lord. Oh, the devil also knew I was going to grow up and be a happy lady. The devil don't want that neither. I could see why the devil want to take me out, y'all. I'm a sweetheart when I want to be. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so thank you to the like button YouTuber for participating here and for everyone participating. So let's get back to this commentary. And I'm gonna pray for your daughter, okay? How old is your daughter? If you don't mind saying her age. We don't want to tell her name here. We want to keep that private. But how old is your little girl? To the like button YouTuber. That's the Christian man.
Well,
I'm worried about what happens when she is with my ex-wife. I do blame her for a lot. I love her as the mother of my child, but I worry. And thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so you have two 14-year-olds and two 10-year-olds. Okay, that's beautiful. So, does your ex-wife have a man at her house? Is there a man at the house? Because you two are separated, but does the ex-wife have a man there? We'll pray for all the girls and boys. I don't know if you have all girls, boys, whatever. We'll pray for all the children of yours.
Well, in order to date me, he got to make 6 figures. He needs to make more than 100.
So Kendra Davis, she's mocking what some of the women will say. In order to be with her, they have to make. She's not saying her per se. She's mocking what other women will say about what a man gotta have. He gotta have 6 figures and all of that.
$1,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Wait a minute, hold on. Where we running that one more time?
Whether it's valid or not, or whether it's valuable.
Yes, I only have girls, and yes, she is remarried. Okay, trust no man around your daughters. Okay. Ask more questions about any child molestation, anything like that. A lot of times girls will not tell. So I don't trust no man, especially a man that ain't her father. That man that she's married to is not the biological father. Ask more questions, look through more backpacks, check the panties, do a lot of stuff. You're her biological dad. So when you pick her up from her mom's and she puts her panties in the dirty clothes, your little girl, check them to see what kind of spots and check for weird stuff. Trust no man around your little girl. I don't care if your little girl is 2 years old. I have a playlist on my YouTube channel talking about child predators. Actually, let me find it now. There is a playlist on my channel where I'm talking about child predators. Okay? And I'm getting ready to find it because sorry, y'all. Okay. Hold on. Okay, playlist. Let me go to it. I got a pretty extensive playlist, y'all. But I did a playlist about these bastards and what they'll do to your child. Woo. Yes, indeed. Let me find it. Let me find it. Hold on. I got over probably 100 playlists. So I'm scanning through them right now. Thank you for the new subscribers. I appreciate it. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Be patient here. Be patient. Be patient. Let me see. This is domestic violence. It's not that one. Okay. Hold on, because I got some child predators, boy, on this playlist. And they ain't just black men, y'all. They white men, too. Actually, I like the white child predators. This is what I like about them. How they tell you everything. A white child predator will tell you so much that you almost tie your children to you. For real. They don't mess around, and you talk about honesty. But I'm always like, every time I'm watching the interview of a white child predator, I'm like, why ain't your ass locked down? Why is you got on a two-piece suit and shit? Let me see. I got so many playlists. I'm trying to find it. Oh, and the best of Timothy Ward. I got a playlist for that too, because we was talking about Timothy Ward. Okay. Where is this playlist and what did I name it? It's here. I know it's here. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find this because I want to make sure. See, life of incarceration, unfortunate school bus trauma, world news. Nope, it's not that. Gentleman Bob Lee gone too soon. The best of paternity court. No, come on now. Where's my predator playlist? Cold case files. I got so much on here, y'all. Y'all probably got off the line to go check it, huh? Y'all probably done found it before me. Stephen Speaks, unfortunate child abuse accidents, suicide prevention, being informed, the violent writings in religion, YouTube movies, miserable aging wife, what kind of mother is this, the psychopath bully, y'all. I got so much on the playlist. The SCG show. I'm looking for this playlist, y'all, because with the gentleman and his daughter, I want him to know more. Okay. Anime blessing case. Excuse me, y'all. know. Maybe it only brings up some of my playlist. I don't know. It's kind of weird because I know I created this playlist. So I'm like, did YouTube remove it or where did it go? It just can't be gone, right? It just can't. This is almost pissing me off that I can't see this playlist that I'm looking for. I might have named it Watch Your Kids Around These People or something. Jordan Speaks. Just Google child predators, y'all. I'm not finding it here. I know it's here, but I'm checking from a different device. And that's the thing. Different devices show different things. So I know I created the playlist for sure. I don't know, but I don't remember what I named it. And so just Google child predators, y'all, and it will bring it up. And it's in my playlist somewhere. I have a playlist filled with child predators and watch your children around these type of people. It's here. I'm just not seeing it right now, but I know I created it. Okay, that much I do know. Oh, right here. Okay, I found it. Go under my playlist, and it's called Be Aware of These Child Predators. Okay, it's under my Advanced Insight Channel playlist, and the name of the playlist is Be Aware of These Child Predators. And there's one specific one I want you to really watch, and it's the second video in this playlist on my channel, and it's called A Psychopathic Sex Offender Interview. I'll put this playlist, when this live ends, I'll put this playlist in the description box. Okay? And the one with the man with the blazer and the collar shirt on, and I'm telling you, I would have trusted him. Okay? European American man had been molesting his stepdaughter and violating her since she was 1 or something like that. 18 months old, 1 year old, somewhere around there. So the name of the playlist is Be Aware of These Child Predators. And the second video in my playlist called A Psychopathic Sex Offender. Real handsome man on the outside, y'all, that need to be drugged and beat down. Okay. It's an 11-minute video and you'll learn a lot. Okay, so that's it. I found it. So let's go back to the commentary on this channel. So yeah, question your daughter. To the like button YouTuber. Oh, your daughter has never met him and he's in prison. Oh, that's even scarier because this motherfucker's gonna come out of prison. Okay. So the like button says, I don't like girls being around men that are coming out of prison. So it says, I only have girls, and yes, she is remarried. I try to do my best with that. He seems like a good guy. He's a police officer. I am white. My ex-wife is black, and her husband now is white. Okay. So your ex-wife is a black lady that likes white men. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. My cousin, the like button YouTuber says, my cousin Cody Allen Martin from Victor MT is a child predator. Okay. My daughter have never met him and he is in prison. Yeah, okay, that's good. He's never, that your daughter's never met her, but we should be very concerned about a man that's coming out of the penitentiary or prison. A man that's coming out of prison should not be around your daughter because of the things that happen to men when they go in prisons and they come out batty crazy. Okay, so let me get back to this. I'm gonna pray for all your girls, and that'll be what I'll be doing. Okay. There go the commercials again, y'all. Goodness.
In order to assess whether it's valid or not, or whether it's valuable or not.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. The like button YouTubers say he doing what? 235 years. Oh, damn. What did he do, the like button? He killed a few people? They kill me when they give people 235 years. Like he really gonna live that long. Yeah, he ain't coming out no way soon. Yeah, so you ain't gotta worry about him. Oh, you ain't gotta worry about him. You gotta worry about who the side dude is that could be around your daughter. Cause you know what? I'm not a cheater, but if somebody's doing 235 years, I gotta have somebody now. Come on now. Oh, he SA'd his own kids and his kids' friends. Oh, damn. Yeah. And your daughter ain't met him for sure, right? Because he don't need to meet you. See how insightful I am, y'all? This man in prison is a motherfucking child predator. And I ain't even know the man. And I'm telling my commenter and my viewer to watch out for his daughter. I felt a child predator somewhere around, though. I could feel them motherfuckers around. I've been around so many predators on and off my whole life. I could feel the motherfucker around, even through my channel. The like button YouTuber says, that was my cousin. My ex uses it in court, and her husband is a cop. And no, my kids have never met him and never will. Okay, thank the Lord. Yeah. Keep his ass locked down. 235 years. Yeah. That state don't play. They got him off the street, so he not doing more. Yeah. Okay, so let me
or not. For instance, I'll give you an example. When women talk about, well, in order to date me, he got to make 6 figures. He needs to make more than $100,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Now, my problem with that.
And a lot of women that say that, y'all, that the man is trying to make $100,000 a year, or the man, when a woman says a man has to make $100,000 a year, she normally can't even bring in $5, y'all. That's typically a woman that's really bringing in 6 figures a year. You don't hear her talk like that. It's always a woman that's struggling to bring in $5. I brought in $5 this year, y'all. Imagine this. That's all I could earn was $5. Everybody in the house on welfare. Ain't nobody employed, but she thinks that she's deserving of a man that makes $100,000 a year. Can't even pay her rent or mortgage. It's nothing this woman can do. She can't even stay off dope half the time, but it's always those kind that will be talking about he got to make $100,000 a year. I got to have a man with a 6-figure income. She can't clean up. She can't wash dishes. She can't even wash her ass right, but her man got to make 6 figures. It's always those kind of women. So just watch that. Because I've never seen a woman, I've been around women that make a 6-figure income and you don't hear them talk like that. They're actually fine if their man makes $50,000. Hey, that's $50,000 more coming in the household. But it's always a woman that can't make $5 a year thinking that he's supposed to make 6 figures. Crazy. Totally crazy, y'all. I never understood it, but that's how it rolls. Hold on, y'all. I hope that makes sense. I kind of stepped away from the device. I just stepped away. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
With that is you, as the women who typically say that, don't even have a real concept of $100,000.
And they ain't making
What
$5,
it
y'all.
takes to make that, what kind of character traits you have to have in order to do that, and to also maintain that.
This is Kendra
That's
Davis,
number
y'all.
And then number two, my issue with women who make that a constant talking point is they place too much value on a man's pocket. Should a man have resources if he wants to build a family? Yes. He should have, at minimum, the plan, not the dream, the plan, the vision, how he's going to get to a certain place in his life. Clarity of his mind, what he's trying to do, and not trying to, we'll see how it go in not only a relationship, but every aspect of his life. He gonna see where it goes. Not that. A guy that actually has some type of plan, he understands what he wants to do, and
Yeah, she's talking about the guy with a plan. So I agree with Kendra on that.
Can make some type of order out of his life in order to get there, some steps to get there. That way
and that's the key, picking a man that's orderly.
Understands what kind of woman he needs to help him achieve that, to be the helpmeet, as we say, from a biblical standpoint. What kind of support does he need from a woman? He needs her to be more than just pretty, more than just whatever super.
Yeah, and somebody should always be more than just pretty and more than just handsome, y'all. I mean, attraction is good, but they need to have more. I mean, just make it where you can stand to look at them, okay, or her. I mean, long as they look good enough. Some people marry burn victims, and their burn victims are some of the prettiest people alive. So choose a person for their heart, how orderly they are, how well they want to take care of themselves and stuff like that. Don't just pick them based on looks. I mean, just make sure you're comfortable enough with it. But picking somebody, a person can be the most beautiful person in the world, but be a crappy person and be horrible to you.
More than just whatever superficial things he needs. Maybe he needs her to be intelligent. Maybe he needs her.
And like Kendra calls it, superficial things. So she worded it even better.
Have other qualities that would actually assist him.
And the like button, I'm going to get caught up on your comments here in a second. So hold on 1 second.
I think women put too much onus on how much money he has to have rather than what kind of person he is.
And I agree with that. Kendra says they're putting too much emphasis on money and not on the kind of person he is. So I absolutely agree with that.
The potential to be that kind of person. Because a man can be broke. Let me put it this way. There are men who can make money, lose it, and because of who they are, make it again. So just because he's broke right now doesn't mean he's going to stay that way. Because of who he is, not what he has. He doesn't have a poverty mindset. His mind is not poor. His pocket might be a little low right now.
Philip Scott his body language. I stated this in another video because remember this is part 3. His some of his facial expressions that he makes remind me of abusers, and he's listening to Kendra, but I don't really think that he's fully respecting what she's saying. I'm not gonna say he's a misogynist, but I do feel like there's some kind of interchange that I notice with women that's kind of borderline unhealthy with me, or to me, not with me, but in my opinion. I just see that in him. I don't like his aura and his stance on how he's looking at Kendra while she's talking. I just don't like it, and that's just my opinion. I'm just gonna give my honest opinion, and I will be posting this video in the description so you can watch the video if you like as well. Okay, and also fair use, y'all. I should be saying fair use. How could I have forgotten that? Okay, when you're doing commentary on another video, you should always say fair use. That's part of YouTube's guidelines. So I apologize, YouTube.
Not poor. His pocket might be a little low right now, but that's okay. If he has good leadership skills, good, you know what I'm saying, ability to create order and structure, that's actually going to go a long way for his husband station and whether or not he's ready for that. I hope I'm not rambling too much.
No.
But my point.
And you know what? She's picking up on that body language too, because she's saying that I hope I'm not rambling too much. Now, remember, I just said how his facial expression is kind of looking. She's picking up on that energy. So she's like, I'm hoping I'm not rambling too much. He's like, no. Maybe that's why he's looking like that, because he feels like she's rambling too much. I'm not saying he's an evil man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's things about Philip Scott that I notice in his aura and his demeanor that I pick up on. That's all I'm saying. He advertises that he doesn't beat up on women and stuff like that. He believes in providing. He's in his second marriage. He claims he likes it better. He does need to get a few pounds off of him because I want him to live longer. Okay. I don't think he's an ugly man. I do think he would look even better if he got about 40 pounds off. That is my opinion. I ain't married to him, so I don't have to sleep with the man. If his wife like it, oh well, that's between them. If his years are cut short because he didn't lose any other weight, that's on him and his wife. That ain't my man. Okay, that's all I have to say about that.
Too much.
No.
But my point.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. The war does everything it can.
Did y'all hear that? He's coming back from the war. That's the freaking commercial, y'all. That's crazy.
No.
But my point is, like,
I thought that was Philip Scott at first. I thought he had lost his mind talking about the war. I'm like, what the hell?
From the other side, you got men that'll say, I just need her sex, silence, and a sandwich. That's not what you need. That's not what you need. It sounds catchy, but that's not even real. And that's not what you need. That's not a real woman. Any woman can fake.
Philip Scott looking like shit. That is what I need. You know how men be looking? Kendra Davis saying the man don't just need sex. Philip Scott looking like shit. That's exactly what I need. Men just had that look, y'all.
Any female with a double X chromosome can figure out a sandwich and some sex and don't be bothered with you. That's not a marriage either. So my point kind of goes back to, I just don't think we have a good criteria for what is valuable to even make a good judgment. I think at this point, if, like you said, like people are single giving this so-called advice, And my question is always, especially when they get too deep into the trenches, my question in the back of my mind is always, when was the last time you had a successful relationship? And what did it consist of? Like, where?
Here we go again. That part, I talked about this in the beginning. They always use that against you. When is the last time you have had a successful relationship? Check this out, y'all. Successful relationships don't just involve people that you are married to. Okay? They don't. Successful relationships involve successful relationships. And a lot of people don't have a lot of people around them because they are good at vetting people. So they don't have a bunch of silly people around. So to the like button YouTuber, I'm going to be analyzing and reading your comments. I just want to get through this commentary on here, and then we'll get back to your comments. So just I'm out of being respectful. I just want to let you know. Out of respect, I'm letting you know that I'm not ignoring your comments. I just want to be able to get through this commentary here. Thank you for your patience.
What did it consist of? Like, where are you getting this information from? From the hoes you date? Women, where are you getting this
They always got to call them hoes, right?
information from the dudes that tricked off on you? Like, where was the...
I talked about that in part 2 or part 1 about the word being thrown around about hoes. Some of them are not hoes. They just or not in agreement with some of what Kendra could be saying, or even Philip Scott. They could be women that just don't want to be married. They could be women that just don't want to have sex no more and done with it. I mean, everybody that's not pro-marriage is not a hoe. Okay? Everybody that's not pro-marriage is not a pimp. Right?
Tricked off on you? Like, where was the meaningful relationship at? I think it's a lot of projection, in my opinion. Before I moved on, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Yeah. I was waiting for me. Well, let me say something. Those who say, and it goes back to this TikTok thing, to that hyper.
Philip Scott is a good listener, so I like how, as a gentleman, he didn't cut her off and interrupt Kendra Davis while talking. So I'm gonna point out that good character trait about him.
Give me a situation that every woman sits up here talking about. They want a man make $100,000. First of all, $100,000 is not much money these days. So let's go with the real number. About
he said 100,000 ain't much money nowadays. It depends on who you give it to. You give me 100,000 a year right now, I'ma save 50,000 of it, y'all. And I ain't lying about that. Don't try to rob me neither. Or tell nobody I got it. 100,000 a year. Now let me take this back, y'all. Let me be realistic. Okay, 100,000 a year. I'ma save at least 50,000 of it. Okay, 50,000, because I could use another 50,000 a year to live off of right now, to get some of the things I would want and need or desire. So if you gave me 100,000 a year, the average person, if you added 100,000 a year to their household, they're gonna go in credit card debt, buy a bunch of fucking houses they don't need, that they're not even renting out. They're gonna get a bunch of bullshit cars and car payments. You give me 100,000 a year, because I come into that 100,000 free of credit card debt. I don't fuck with credit cards, y'all, unless it's prepaid and it's my Cash App card, right? Now my Cash App card, that's my credit card, my bank card, things like that. I don't mess with credit card debt. Okay? Not as of right now. I many years ago, I went through a bankruptcy. I don't mess with that. So you're giving somebody 100,000 a year that's not in credit card debt, that's already cleared her bankruptcy many years ago, that also had a $60,000 debt that I paid off about a year ago. A year and a half ago, something like that. I paid off, I completed paying off a debt that totaled 60,000. I owed like about almost 8,000, and it's paid off. I'm clear. It wasn't a credit card, but it was a bill, and it's gone. It's paid off. So you give me 100,000 a year extra, and I ain't got no car payment right now. I don't have credit card debt. Yes, I am building assets. Okay, so I didn't say I didn't have any assets. Assets would be money in the bank, furniture, clothes, any Visa or MasterCard that you have money on and it's not a credit card. So yeah, there are assets that I am building, but they're actually real assets. So since I'm not in credit card debt and I don't have a car payment, if I have 5,000 sitting in a bank account, if I were able to build that, then I actually have 5,000 in assets. That's all my money because I don't owe any fucking body. Credit cards, my bank account is not overdrawn, stuff like that. So yeah, you give me 100 extra thousand a year, half of that being saved, I would be a millionaire real quick because I know to stay out of credit card debt. And because of that, I don't have to overwork anymore. Y'all, I used to almost kill myself. When I was raising my children, oh my God, 2 and 3 jobs. They were in daycare, school, after school daycare when I was in college and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just a lot.
$150,000 would be the real number. So $250,000 and up. A lot of them aren't ready to deal with a man like that. What comes with a man like that is he's not around. He's either at the office working. If he has a home office, he's in his home office a lot. He's working a lot to maintain that, okay? Or are you going to be cool with that? Or are you not going to get frustrated with him working so much? Or you're not going to go...
I would not get frustrated with a man working, but what I would get frustrated with is a man being neglectful. Okay, so let's get caught up on the comments from the like button YouTuber. Thank you so much for all the comments. Let me go back. Where's the last one? Okay, hold on. Look up the 235 years. I already commented on that. Okay. Oh, the like button YouTuber says he is trying to overturn the conviction. The gentleman that's got the 235 years that essays kids and shit. Okay, so the like button YouTuber says, the thing is, I do tree service, now emergency tree service. I work 11 to 13 hour days, come home, spend time with my kids, help with homework, and get back up the next day. And I don't make close to 6 figures. Exactly, yeah. But you would be a good man. I mean, you don't have to make 6 figures to be a man. I mean, and the hardest working people, this man is chopping down trees, y'all, and he ain't making 6 figures. And he's chopping down whole trees. Okay, the like button YouTuber, he says, the only place I want to be in my life is seeing my daughters grow up healthy and be successful individuals and realize they can do anything. Amen. Okay, and the like button YouTuber also says, what in need from a wife is support, the ability to be open, expose weak in front of. I need a wife that just says you are doing your best, and I can appreciate that. You can come here for that too, the like button. You don't just need a wife for that, okay? That's nice if you want a wife, but you're doing the best, and I appreciate you being here, okay? So, you know, you want to learn to get that from different sources too, because sometimes you can get a wife, depending on which wife you pick, and she ain't telling you she appreciates shit, because that's why they call them narcissists, right? Okay, so the like button says, I haven't been on one date in 4 years. That's not a bad thing. So the Lord's going to send you a wife. The like button YouTuber says 100,000 a year. My kids could go to college. My kids would be set. Well, this is the thing. Like I went over in part 1 or part 2. The thing with money, right? So check this out. Whatever you make to the like button YouTuber, if you got a wife and she brings in, say you bring in 50,000, because you deserve at least 50,000 a year for chopping trees down. You a strong white man, okay? So you chopping trees down. Hopefully they paying you 50,000 a year, 75,000. I don't know. But if you got a wife and she brought in 30,000 or more, then you're at your 100,000. Just make sure before God sends you your wife that you are not in credit card debt. See, because the problem with marriage is when there's so much credit card debt, and then come into your marriage and already have filed bankruptcy too. Like me, I already filed bankruptcy many, many years ago. And once I filed that bankruptcy, I left credit cards the hell alone. Okay, so the like button YouTuber says I make close to 30,000 a year. Yeah, absolutely. Get you a YouTube channel. See what kind of at-home businesses you can start. And you have 4 daughters. I'm gonna call them beautiful daughters because their dads so kind and participating in this live. I appreciate you. His daughters are gonna be some good girls. I feel that the Lord is telling me that the like button YouTuber, his daughters are gonna be really good girls because they have a great dad. And yeah, so okay, let's get back to this commentary here, y'all.
We're not gonna go find some guy because he's not spending time with me, so that's why I end up.
Oh, the like button YouTuber says they are very beautiful young ladies. Absolutely, I agree.
You really don't know what it takes for a guy to make that kind of money. That's number one. Are you gonna be that kind of wife? That now with the man, what you're saying, some men say that. Beyond which, a lot of men looking for things that women can do for free, and that's really what a lot of men are looking for when they say, "Well, yeah, a man would like a woman to know how to cook." Why? We can't go to the restaurant all dog.
Oh right? My God, cooking!
Right? So that's
this woman, Philip Scott, wife don't need to cook his ass, nothing else. That's that black man curse, y'all. I've been talking about his weight, right? And he talking about some damn food. He don't need shit else to eat. I've been drinking my coffee today, y'all. I got a coffee right now, and it gets rid of my appetite, so I'm not eating. He needs to drink a coffee and shut the hell up. Don't listen to him talking about some damn cooking, because that cooking is gonna put him in an early grave. If he don't stop her from cooking for him, we're gonna get a news update that Philip Scott is no more. All over food, y'all. He looked like he eat pork chops too and shit.
Right? So that's free. As long as he provide the food, she cook it. Yeah, he
don't need no more food, dog.
Cheeks, okay? It may cost you some time, but that's still free. Okay, that's free. Take care of children. Well, that's y'all children supposed to take care of that.
He don't need no more food, even if it is free. Okay, so the like button. Let me see. We got a comment on this food. The like button YouTuber says, I cook every meal myself. My great grandmother taught me how to cook. She said, you might never find a good woman, but you can still eat good. Amen. And the thing with cooking, I was just talking to a sister and how she lost weight, y'all. She eats on a saucer plate, like the smaller little side saucer plate. She's not filling up that big plate. So that's a great way to just naturally lose weight because you're cutting portions, right? But Philip Scott, don't you eat nothing else. He needs to do intermittent fasting. And he likes to sit on his butt. He sits on his butt too much, y'all. He's always sitting. on his lives, on his YouTube channel. He's always sitting on his big old butt. He needs to get off that butt and walk. He's sitting on his butt on this interview he's doing with Kendra Davis. You know what I'm doing right now? Even though I'm not showing myself on this live, I'm standing. I'm not sitting on my butt.
Well, that's y'all children supposed to take care of that. Be nice. Not have an attitude. That's free. Okay, most men are saying on surface level, it's things that are free. But they act, some on the internet, act like it costs them $100
Thank you for the likes, y'all.
grand to do any of this free stuff. You know what I'm saying? Have some respect. That's free. None of that's gonna cost you anything to do. Now, telling the man he gotta make $100,000, $200,000, that's gonna cost him something. Time, effort, etc. Or he gotta buy me this and buy me that. Once again, it's gonna cost him something tangible to make that happen. It's not just something free. So they look at women online. It's funny. I know people that literally will go to get a private plane, have them wheel it out, film their content, pay what they pay them, they go put it right back in the hangar. Okay, you thinking they getting off a private jet? I always tell people, you see that kind of content, let them get on the plane and watch the plane take off with them showing it out the window. Then you know they're actually flying on it, right? Mm-hmm. But that hypergamy content, I think, is silly. It's silly because it's not realistic. The majority of men in America don't even make 100,000. You know what I'm saying? What is it, about 6% of men? And listen, if a woman has that standard for herself, she can have that. I respect her, but she just took herself out the majority of the dating pool. And I mean, you should get offended. A woman says, "Well, you don't make enough." Fine, you're right. I don't make enough. God bless you. Let's go get you a woman that you can make enough. Now, statistically speaking, and research, I do a lot of research. It is better for a man to get a wife at Applebee's, who's a waitress, a cashier at Walmart, than it would be the nurse or the doctor. Research why I say that, gentlemen.
Hi there, it's Dr. Chad Walden, co-founder of Native Health.
Oh no, another advertisement. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to keep up with these comments too. Well, it's good that people are participating in the live, so I'm not gonna complain. But I'm learning, y'all, so be patient. I am learning, okay? Yeah, so I'll kind of get up to date with these later. Okay, so yeah, I'm learning. So these lives, the thing is, I waited years to do lives, y'all. I won't do nothing until I feel like I can be okay at it. I truly feel like if I would have tried to do a live a couple of years ago, I don't believe anybody would have participated in the live. I don't believe anybody would have left a comment because I wasn't ready. And you can feel that, right? So what I do, this is the best way to learn. You gotta participate from the user end, okay? So what I do, I go on my favorite YouTubers lives, because I have favorite YouTubers, y'all, too. Okay, so I go on their lives, I participate, and I learn. And I did that for years, and now I'm doing my own live. So I educated myself first, because when you come on to something and you have no education, people can feel it. But what I don't do is copy. Okay, so I have my own style and things. And being on other people's lives, it taught me to, I've seen some YouTubers that just snap the fuck out. Okay, so somebody leaves a weird comment, like on one of my lives, one guy says, "Do I pee out of my butt?" Some old crazy shit, right? So some YouTubers, if he said that on their live, they would just flip the fuck out, go crazy, have no more focus. So I saw those YouTubers. Then I would go on lives with YouTubers that don't behave like that. and they just insult the person back. So what happens is if you just snapping out on a bad comment, you're allowing someone else to control your life that's not a healthy person. So, okay, for example, the like button YouTuber, right? He's leaving a lot of comments and he's actively leaving comments, but he's a healthy man. Race don't matter, y'all. Yeah, he's a white man, but he's a healthy man. Now, I could tell, I'm a black woman, but I could tell when it's a Negro. Okay, Negroes are assholes, and they came in these lives already. They came in my lives. They come in my comments on my regular videos, and it's been some white men too. Like I said in one live, the white man with the sword and shit. He could do a sword YouTube thing. He's talented with swinging that sword. So the thing is, it's okay to be active in the live, and you want somebody to be active in the live because you want somebody to be interested. It creates subject matter, and I don't care. Like the like button said, the like button YouTuber says he's a white man, and you know what? I don't mind him saying that because I get to know him. Because I'm pretty telling you who I am, right? So I want to get to know him. And white men, white women, black men and women. We had the little girl here from Brazil. She was a child, right? So who would ever think a little girl would be here from Brazil? I'm glad she got off the live because I use a little profanity. But hey, I don't care. I might do since I know a little girl from Brazil is here, I might think of a subject matter talking about not getting in the car with strangers or something. I don't know. Something that would help a Brazilian little girl, right? What could help her? Because she's here. So let me see. Okay, so the like button YouTuber says what he needs to do is see what a blue collar, hardworking man does. A man who doesn't live for free but gives respect to get respect. Amen to that. Okay, and the like button YouTuber says a better wife is one who helps teach a man compassion, humbleness, and kindness. A man doesn't always have to be the fighter. Amen. And then the like button, he says, amen, do it, girl. You know what? Listen, the like button. Listen, let me tell you something to the like button YouTuber. He might think this is funny. Let me tell you the energy of why you're here. On one of my lives several days ago, over the weekend, when I was having a dispute with my black son, he mentioned, do I like white men? Because my black son's an asshole, right? Elijah, he's an asshole. So he mentioned white men. And you know what I said? Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to one right now. They respect me. Go back and watch my lives. It's in one of those lives. See, you see how suddenly I got a white man here on my live? I was just telling my black son, would you want a be talking to a white man? I said, yeah, I wouldn't mind right about now. And if he could be one of the white men at Pastor Dan's church, I would love it. And look, I got a Christian white man here. See, what you speak, you get back. I just was speaking good about white men. And look, this normal, healthy white man is on my live. Now, my black son over there is hoping a witch unalive me. A death curse on my ass, y'all. Negroes, right? So, yeah, I right about now, I appreciate a white man coming in. He just chopped down trees. He got 4 girls divorced. Hey, I welcome everyone with some sense, okay? So, to the like button YouTuber, watch all my lives. The lives over the weekend that I did with my son. In one of the videos, we end up talking about white men. And I was saying, yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to a white man right now. I don't have no problem with white men. And yeah, so There's a lot of envy and jealousy of the white man, especially when they're acting like gentlemen. Okay, I'm only bothered if you don't work. I've never, oh, look at this compliment. Okay. The like button YouTuber says we are all equal. Okay, amen to that. I've never had an issue with anyone of any color. It doesn't bother me. Color ain't really what it is. It's DNA too, that DNA. People don't have an issue with your color. They have an issue with your DNA. Okay. The like button YouTuber says, I am only bothered if you don't work. Right. Be bothered with anybody that's not working. I mean, they just want a free ride, and a lot of them won't even wash the dishes, y'all. Okay, so let's get back. I'm caught up on the comments. Thank you so much for the comments and the likes and the new subscribers. Thank you so much.
Hi there, it's Dr. Chad.
Oh my God, not the doctor. The hell? Commercials, y'all. Somebody, Dr. Chad. What the hell?
Better to go get the chick working at Applebee's.
Oh, Kendra Davis is talking about the chick that works at Applebee's. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She might be a good woman.
And the nurse or the doctor. Okay. Would that have to do anything with the statistics that say nurses and things of that nature cheat the most and have the most affairs as well?
Yes, but not really.
Okay.
Any time from what just research, because I do a lot of it. Anytime women get into a very high earning positions, they literally have to take on masculine traits. They're competing with men constantly. And what happens is, once women naturally get into a position they normally not in, masculine traits and certain amounts of money, the first thing they say, well, I want a man that makes equal to what I make, because they're still women. So they're still looking for resources. So, they're making 100,000 a year. That's why they say they want a man that makes 200,000, 300,000, because they still want to be able to pull resources from that man, but they don't realize that their position is not even realistic based on the average amount women make and the average amount of men make in the United States of America. So reason why research shows it's better to marry the girl that works at Dollar General than it would be the girl that works at your local hospital that could be making 120, 150 a year very easily, is because she would be more feminine and be more appreciative of what you may do versus the one that already got the money, had to become literally take on some masculine traits. You understand? Mm-hmm. Women don't cheat. I mean, women do cheat. Yes, they do. But when you mention about the cheating at the hospitals and all that, well, you didn't take on a lot of masculine traits. Men are more known to quote unquote cheat than women, right? Now, women's more sneakier with it, yes. But regardless, they take on masculine traits. So, fellas, if you're looking for a wife, meet her at Dollar General, Applebee's, anywhere, places like that. This is my suggestion.
Oh, okay. Okay. I hear you. I definitely hear you about the mentality of certain women, which kind of leads us almost back to the point about women's finances.
Mm-hmm.
And saying, I want a man that makes more than me. I think it's deeper than just wanting resources of the man. It's that. I'm not discounting that part, but the part that women will never, especially the women who make such a big deal about what a man has to have in order to be with her and this and that, the part that she'll never say is that women are always looking for the man to be better than her. To be better than her.
It's a big match, and only the best will win.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at that. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get some of these comments under wraps. So, the cheating thing, I like how Philip Scott says, date the girl that works at Applebee's. I like that about him, right? So he's saying give her a chance. So I'm in agreement with that. He may be kind of intimidated if somebody's a female and they're too much on his level. Okay. It can be many different things, but I like how he said that.
They don't like admitting that because they'll say, well, I want an equal partnership and, I want to be equal with the man. No, they don't. That's actually a lie. That's a lie.
It is.
Men have to be better than women.
Both need to be good. I don't want to be equal to a man or be a man. I'm gonna be honest, being a man seems to be quite stressful and hard. It seems like it's a lot of responsibility, but men probably look at ladies that way. So I don't want to be a man because I don't want to be a man, y'all. And it's because my respect for men. I respect men too much to want to be one. I just can't do what they do. I can't fight five guys or the like button YouTuber. He's chopping down trees and stuff. I would have a major asthma attack and be gone. I just can't do what men do. So I ain't gonna even attempt it, y'all. I just ain't. Men, their roles are too powerful for me to want to be one, for one. And men seem to have a lot of anxiety, a lot of responsibility, a lot of stress. They go through a lot. I used to think women went through a lot or ladies went through a lot, but men, I don't know. I think y'all going through more. Okay. So I have too much respect for the roles for me to want to be one. Okay. And that's just how I feel.
Men have to be better than women. And if she doesn't think you're better than her, that's where the disrespect.
And see that pressure that men have to be better than women. You wonder why the suicide rate for men is higher, right? All the pressure that's put on men is too much. I think some of the pressure that's put on men is abusive. I have a lot of compassion for men, y'all, because I raised 3 sons, right? And I'm so glad the Lord gave me sons because I have so much compassion for males that I don't think I would have if I hadn't had 3 sons. So a man being raped or beat up, it's the same as a girl. It's a horrific thing. Seeing a man cry, hearing a man cry, seeing men in pain. It's a lot to process. Sometimes seeing a man cry is harder than seeing a girl cry, to be honest. I have a really good relationship with all men, white or black, or every race of men. I usually get along with them. To be honest, I probably have more problems with females. The men are usually logical. Usually, I was raised by men. They done beat my butt and disciplined me, and none of them ever raped me or anything like that. Nobody that raised me raped me or beat me up. I didn't have those experiences with men. So in some sense, I trust men, I guess you could say. So I have a good outlook on men, but I do understand that men can be predators, and I do understand that there are bad guys. Unfortunately, I have good guys and good ladies on this line, and so I'm blessed to be in that situation. So that's just my outlook. Oftentimes you'll notice me saying lady. I'm kind of trying to get out of calling myself a woman. And I'm gonna tell you why. I think it's sort of disrespectful to men. Woman, there's no way I could chop down any trees. I'm a lady. This is why I suggest women work on this. Like I said, I'm gradually making it where I'm not calling myself a woman because it has the word man in it, and I'm not a transgender. So the original word that was used, boy and girl don't sound nothing alike, right? That's what we are. We're boys and girls. I don't know who the hell came up with man and woman. Yes, it's biblical, but I don't like it. That's why I try to correct it. You notice when I say woman, I change it to lady. And I'm not using girl so you'll know that I'm speaking of an adult girl. So, yes. And I like the like button, YouTuber. Okay, the like button, YouTuber. I'm going to just give you a piece of advice. I don't think it's healthy for girls to be called women and woman. I like how the like button YouTuber calls his girls young ladies. They're young ladies. That's what they are. Or young girls. He's a man. The like button YouTuber, he's a man and he's their father. They aren't women. They are not men. They're biological girls. And I like how he calls them young ladies. Okay. And that's what I do on this channel. I'm correcting it. Okay. Notice I did it all through my live and other lives. I really don't want to be called a woman anymore. I'm a girl. I do not have the qualification to be a man. I do not have the brain of a man. And men work way too hard for me to be taking their title on. One man. I cannot chop down nan tree. Why am I calling myself a woman? I'm not a man at all. And then you know what? With the transgender, I'm going to call it outbreak or crisis. Hey, you wonder, okay, well, why is there so many transgenders? Well, everybody been calling themselves the same thing, man and woman. What's the difference? See, we should have stuck to girl and boy. Girl and boy. The original names for us. When they call you your gender at birth, they say, she had a girl, she had a boy. That's what you should be called, a girl or boy, or like the like button YouTuber says, he calls his daughters young ladies. You didn't see him type he got women at the house. What kind of sick shit is that? They're not men. They're girls. And so I'm in total conflict and in disagreement with me as a girl being called a freaking man. And I don't want to be called it no more. I don't like it. I'm not no damn man. I would fail drastically at being a man. I barely am able to be a girl. What the hell are you calling me a man for? Why am I a woman? Yeah, like the like button says, his girls are very respectful, positive young ladies. Call them young ladies. They're your girls. They're your boys. They're young men. Yeah, so teach your girls this. I think you know what happened is too, when I stopped heavily referring to myself as a woman, my confidence as a girl went up. As a lady, my confidence went up. I don't want to take a man's role because it's too valuable and they're too important in society. That's like cheating on a paper. You could cheat on the paper, but you don't know the assignment. You never learned it. So, and you know what? A lot of men silently, they may be pissed off at women. We always wonder why they beat up women so much. Maybe they mad because you calling yourself a woman. Maybe men, some of them may not like that you call yourself a woman. Some men might be thinking, what the hell? She ain't no woman. What's going on with this bitch? So who knows what's in the mind of a man? Some of them may not like it. I don't like it. I'm not a man. And you know what woke me up, y'all? The transgender crisis. I'm going to call it a transgender crisis. It's so many transgenders. Well, it should be. If girls have been calling themselves men their whole life. Why can't she put on a fake dick and dress up with a suit like she's a man now? She's been called a man most of her life because we got so many transgender males. They're biological girls, but they're transgender males. You know, because whatever they're dressing up like, I'm talking about the ones that ain't got the sex change. So no, I'm not no damn woman. I'm a lady and I'm a freaking girl. I'm the same thing the birth certificate say, girl and Negro. That's what the birth certificate say. So that's what I'm going off. Ever since they started calling me a woman, started calling me black, African American, all these other damn labels, I've been fucked up ever since, and so has the rest of the world. I'm a Negro girl. Not no woman, not no African American. I ain't never been to damn Africa. But then they start calling me African American. Yes, do I believe my ancestors are from there? Yes. But some of my ancestors was already here in America. So I ain't, if I went over to Africa, they probably beat the shit out of me. But you know, I do have good experiences with Africans on the West Coast. They accept me as being black. Africans are weird, y'all. They be like, you not mix at all. The Africans are so funny because they just want to claim me as all black, y'all. You not mixed, you just black. This is how Africans talk to me, right? But then some motherfucker that was born and raised in America, what race are you? Damn, why do the African man that's damn near pitch black know what the fuck I am? He's talking his language to me and shit. You African sister, you come back home, we take care of you. You Africa. You not nothing else. You just Africa. That's how they talk to me up here, y'all. It'd be so damn funny. I'd be like, okay. I'm not claiming no other racial identity. You know, so it's that fight over me, y'all. How black Africans, they just want me to just say I'm African. That's it. They don't want me claiming any other bloodline. They just want me to be their baby, y'all. I get it. It's when you stop getting them relaxers, y'all. When you stop getting relaxers, Kunta Kinte will be like, you my sister. You Kunta tribe. You from the Kunta tribe. I love your hair. That's how they be talking to you. So yeah, stop putting them down, straightening shit in your hair. You might get more respect. Okay, so let's see. Let me play this.
The disrespect comes in at, and that's where looking down on you comes in at, and she feel like she can talk to you a certain way, and she feel like she can treat you a certain way because she doesn't deem you better than her. All women, whether she's submissive or not, whether she's what I call a hyena or not, whether she gonna act right or not, she could be one of the worst women ever in terms of her character, and you don't want to deal with her. She want a man.
Now, Kendra Davis, she calls ghetto black women hyenas, y'all. And I mean, there's some truth in this, right? So a hyena is wild, mouthy. They just start shit. So I like the term, and I have used it in some of my videos. I mean, there is a such thing as a hyena. I like this one video Kendra Davis had where she said, oh my God, it was so beautiful. How they always think, basically, as empathic people, we're always going to take the higher road, right? I just went through it with my little sister. She's been fucking with me for years, y'all. Very passive aggressive, shit starting, things that violate my rights as an adult. And my little sister and I are not on speaking terms, but she thought that I'm always going to take the higher road, right? She just assumed this shit. But when she said out of her fucking mouth, fuck you, I said homosexual. See, as empathic people, we're always expected to take the higher road no matter what another motherfucker is doing to us. We ended up working some of it out, but I'm not gonna take that shit. I never called my baby sister a homosexual. But when she want to open her mouth to say fuck you, that's 2 words, right? 2 words, fuck you. Homosexuals 1. You got to check people. But Kendra Davis, she said a hyena, they'll make it seem like you're the hyena. So my little sister, she could view me as the hyena. But I never cussed at that woman. I never said fuck you. I always accepted her, no matter what she was. But did she care about the fact I accepted her and loved her? She doesn't give a fuck. That's out of my life. I don't have to tolerate it. I don't have to deal with it. It's out of my life. So the word hyena has some reference to it, because a hyena will make it seem like you the hyena. But I'm not the hyena, because I never in my life said fuck you. My little sister has been accusing me of shit, talking shit, telling me I'm fucked up, saying all kind of shit. I let it ride. But one day, I'm not gonna take the higher road, bitch. Okay? Enough is fucking enough. She don't fuck with me, she unfriended me, and that's what she better do. Because no more of her shit. No more. It's done. You don't need siblings in your life that hate you. My little sisters, there's this mixed love there, right? What she got for me ain't love. That's for sure. I know that for sure now. So her feelings probably are more of hate. I don't care what she say to other people and what she presents. It's how you treat a person. And she don't give a fuck. And my little sister, she got a funny sense of humor. She laughed about it when I called her a homosexual. But hey, she knows to back off. People should know you're going to retaliate. You need to know when you throw a bomb over here and you unalive my family, I throw one back. Now, I may not want to unalive your family, but I'm definitely getting your ass because you threw the bomb. That's how I feel. Retaliation ain't bad. People that know you're not going to retaliate, they're going to be putting their hands on you. You're going to be getting assaulted when you leave the house. Everybody should know that you retaliate. Your friends, your neighbors, that should be in your aura. Anybody, law enforcement, don't matter who they are. Law enforcement needs to understand, you shoot my fucking son down, you shot the wrong boy down. I may not be in the mood for this civil lawsuit shit. Okay, everybody should know it. That way, guess what? They don't do it. Nobody harms you. And you're all good. There's not even a lawsuit to file. Police shooting your kids down and shit because they think you're a fucking punk ass family. Okay, that's why they doing it. You know, I'm fortunate the police in the area I live, they're pretty good guys. And they'll tell you, we're not going to shoot your sons. They've always, pretty much guaranteed that and stuck to it. But I'm known as a retaliator. I'm not known as a motherfucker that you just do shit to and I don't react. If you punch my lights out and my ass land on the ground, you better pray I don't get my black ass up. Because if I crawl off the motherfucking ground, I'm getting you. That's the type of Negro I am. Proud of it. I'm a winner, baby, y'all. I'm proud of this shit, okay? This is how we roll. And for a Scorpio's relatives, they're the most protected. Because, hey, if you got a Scorpio on your side and on your team, people think before they fuck with your family. Because they know how Scorpios are about their fucking families. We don't play that shit. We'll put you down over our fucking family. I don't care who they are. Don't fuck with my kids, my cousins, my siblings, even my homosexual ass sister. I kill somebody over that homosexual girl. I'm mad at her and I ain't talking to her, but let somebody do something to her. I'll fuck them up over that homosexual. So that's just how it is. Scorpios, they're your best protectors, okay? We might not be able to engage with you every day, but if I got a motherfucking pistol right here and I'm armed, I don't care how mad I am at my sister. I'm not going to let you shoot my fucking sister in the head. She might let you do it to me, y'all. She's not as protective. But she might move out the way and let you shoot my ass fucking down. Because this is the type of homosexual she acts like, right? But all I know is as a Scorpio woman, I can't do that shit to her. But hey, she might say, hey, sis, move over and get closer to the bullet. I don't know what this bitch will say. Yes, I'm American. I sure am. I am in the United States. Yes, I am. I am an American. You can tell, huh? I know people watch Americans. Yes, I am. I live in the United States on the West Coast. I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's considered sometimes the murder capital. St. Louis, Missouri, Chicago, Memphis, Detroit, all of those states have been considered on and off the murder capital. So yes, I am. I am an American. That's why I'm talking the way I talk. I was born and raised in the United States, so I cannot help my fucking self. Okay, this is just how we roll. Hey, it's in my DNA. We good but violent, but that's just how I feel. So my whole point of, even if you don't have the violent streak in you, people need to understand in a passive aggressive way not to be fucking with you. Because if not, you can't walk the streets. You can't drive. Even if I'm threatened. When somebody threatens me, guess what? I'm known as a retaliator. If you threaten me, I can roll in town. If you threaten me, I can show up. I'm waiting on you to do it. What you gonna do? That's how I roll. And I'm not a great big tall woman, but people know not to fuck with me because I'm a retaliator. It's nothing wrong with that because you're a retaliator, not a shit starter, right? If I'm retaliating, I ain't started no shit with you. Okay? I don't lay my hands on people. I don't fight people. I don't do that. But nobody has a right to take me up out of here. So that's just how I feel. I stay away from a lot of mess. I'm in no contact. Living my best life. I'm enjoying doing these lives, and I'm just teaching you tactics. If you wonder why people, it may be people around you and you wondering why they keep attacking you. Why can't I walk to the store without somebody pushing me down to the ground? Because you're not known as a retaliator. Retaliation could be something as simple as calling the police. I just had to call the police on my own son that was on my lives. He threatened me. I didn't go over there and wait outside and hit him in the head. I just called the fucking police. And I told my son, stop threatening me. I'm going to call the police. And I did it. He knew when it took a while for me to call him back. I called the police. I confirmed to him the next day I called the police. Within 24 hours, he was, hey, Mom, how's your day? I got this, my middle son. He talks kind of like a white guy, right? Hey, Mom, how's your day? Good rising. You know, this is my middle son. This is my white son, pretty much. You just as well call him. Yeah, but he does that undiagnosed psychopath bullshit. But yeah, retaliation doesn't always mean violence. You know, if that makes sense. Let me see. The like button says why don't you call yourself a Negro? You are an American. No, I am an American Negro. I am an American Negro and proud to be a Negro. Negro just means black and of African descent. That's all. It's on my birth certificate. It's the best word to be called. I am an American Negro. That's what I am. I'm not an African American. I'm not a black person. I'm not none of that. I am a Negro. It's on my birth certificate. And once we stopped using that word, confusion came. Now everybody else saying they black, but Negro specifies my slave ancestry. My ancestors in Alabama were slaves to a slave master. That's what a Negro is. I'm claiming my slave heritage is what I'm doing to the like button YouTuber. I am an American, you're right. But I am not just an American. I'm not an Asian American. I'm not a Samoan American. I am a Negro American. I'm an American Negro. That's what I am. It's on my birth certificate. It says Negro. Me and my mom already talked about this. When I first saw my birth certificate, when I was like 21 years old, I called my mama about it. Hey, what's up? I'm opening this birth certificate and it says Negro. You know what my mama said? She said, Irene, what did you think you were? And then my mom went on to discuss the history of Negroes. I'm a light-skinned Negro. And my mom began to tell me how special that is. My mom told me, you are the real Negro because you are a light-skinned Negro. My mom said, the true Negro is of mixed heritage. And so, you know how much my mom, being a chocolate woman, dark-skinned woman, uplifted me? Then I started reading. I had this 3-volume history books, and I started opening it. Okay, Rosa Parks, and I'm reading all these stories. I said, damn, light-skinned people, light-skinned Negroes really put it down in the United States. We freed slaves from plantations, beat a bunch of motherfuckers' ass, and accomplished a lot. So yes, I am a Negro. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully that explains to the like button YouTuber and everybody, hopefully that helps you understand heritage and why being a Negro is not bad. What's bad is me being an African American. I've never been to Africa. So just add American onto it. I'm an American Negro. But the like button YouTuber, you originally said you're white. So you're a European American. You originate from here in Europe, right? So you're not just an American. You're a white American. I am a black American. We're not exactly the same. We're equal under God. But we are not the same. We won't have the same struggles. I am a black American. Yeah, I was born in America too, but I'm still a Negro. I'm an American Negro. Yeah, I was born in America too. Proud to be an American. I am. I don't want to be in Africa right now. Yeah, you agree with your wife that she's black? Yeah, but you know what? Look up what the original words of black meant. I don't know if you study Malcolm X, but Malcolm X, he went over the original meanings in the dictionary of what white said at the time. White meant pure, good, righteous, and black meant not pure, not righteous, and bad. That's what black meant. You got to be very careful calling yourself black, because Malcolm X taught what black is. I'm careful with calling myself that. Negro don't mean that you're bad. It just means that you are originally from Africa, and some of your ancestry comes from Africa. Negro also means black. I'm more than just a color. This countertop, this little station that I'm using to do my lives, I guess this would be like my little mini studio. This is black. So what I have my devices and my setup on, this is black. I'm more than just this color. I'm a Negro. I'm an American Negro, and that's what I am. No, you didn't offend me, the like button YouTuber. You did not offend me. I just want to provide education. And you claim to be a white man. Do you ever use the word Caucasian? Because white men are not just white to me. They're European American. You can go through some of my videos. I call white people European Americans because a lot of their ancestry is from Europe. Yeah. White men are Caucasian. There's other names than just being white. White is just a color. And I don't like that white was considered a good color and black was considered a bad color. Black is more like a slang to me. When we call ourselves white and black, that's kind of like a code or slang. It's describing a white American and black American. But then you got all kind of people that's not originally from Europe claiming they white men now. What about a whole Asian man claims he a white man now? That's not cool. He's not a white man. He's a melanated Asian man. So see, when we started adding these colors, people take our identities from us. But when you use European American, Caucasian, they can't take your identity from you as a white man. Your white man is not to be taken. So when I say Negro, instead of using just black and African American, it's harder to take my identity from me. A Samoan or a Spanish person, they're not going to call themselves a Negro, if that makes sense. So I'm just explaining, just so you know, to the like button YouTuber and everyone, that I'm very confident and comfortable with going by what's on my birth certificate. My birth certificate says Negro. I talked to my mom about it. She celebrated how good of a Negro I was, and I moved on. That's it. Okay, let me go here. Okay, so the like button YouTuber says, I don't have any boys, but me as a man, I will go out and get sanitary items, acne creams, because I want my young ladies to see what a man does. Amen. Amen. You got to do the same thing I do with my sons. With girls, you're their dad, you got to go get the female items or girl items. Okay, here go that female word again. I gotta gradually get myself out of using that word, y'all. I've used it for so long, I'm kind of like brainwashed. Okay, so the like button YouTuber says, I stand my ground. My grandpa was an old rancher, and he said, everyone wants to be something until it's time to stand on that ground. It's shaky, you won't stand. Amen to that. I like what your grandpa said. So the like button YouTuber says, are you American? Just a question, please, no offense. No offense, I answered that. I am an American, but I am a Negro American. I'm an American Negro, so to speak. So the like button YouTuber says, I ask that you don't call yourself a Negro. Okay, so we went over that, and we went over why I have to continue to call myself that. First of all, I have to because it's on my birth certificate. I can't get around it. No matter what, I cannot get around it. My birth certificate says I am a Negro. There's no way I could avoid it. I don't know if it's allowed to be changed. I don't know if it would say black now. I mean, I don't know. But my birth certificate said I'm a Negro. That's what I am. Let's see. Okay, so the like button says, my family came from Germany. Hey, man, I love German people. Oh my God. I've had quite a few German YouTube Uber drivers. I love my German Uber drivers. From World War II, most were not good guys. I can understand that, and you have a right. You know them better than I do. They are not good guys, and I'm in agreement with that. So the like button says that you just say you're an American, and I talked about you are a European or white American, and it's okay to add the label onto it. Let's not be fearful of the label, okay? So the like button, YouTuber, says, I can agree that my ex-wife was black. That's fine. You was married to her, so if she's black and she did not call herself a Negro, then that's fine. The like button YouTubers say, sorry if I offended you. No, this is about teaching time. You did not offend me at all. I just wanted to let you know and explain why I am not mad to be called a Negro. Like I said, it's on my birth certificate. My mama was so funny, y'all, when I first called her, because I moved out of town. I was all the way on the West Coast. So my grandmother gave me my birth certificate. I didn't really, it was in this little small envelope. So I finally opened it because, you know, at some point I had to start turning it in. I had to use it when I got my identification and driver's license on the West Coast. And so I said, wow, I read it. I had to read it again. Irene, race, Negro. What the fuck? Motherfucker calling me out of my name. So, first person I called is my mom. So I talked to my mama about this shit. Let me call my dark-skinned mama, see what the hell's going on. Is this her birth certificate? You know, I'm thinking, this must be my motherfucking mama's birth certificate, right? Because my mama dark-skinned, so I'm like, maybe they talking about my mama. Let me see what the fuck's going on here. And I didn't curse around my mom or nothing like that. I called my mama. I say, yeah, I opened my birth certificate. She said, oh, yeah, Irene, what's going on? That's good. You opened your birth certificate. I said, under race, it said Negro. She said, uh-huh. I said, I kind of got a problem with that. She said, oh, you didn't think you were a Negro? I said, no, not really. You know, I didn't really refer to myself like that. I just always called myself black. That's how I usually refer to myself. You know, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, right? She said, oh, you didn't think you were a Negro? She said, what did you think you were? It was just silence. I didn't know how to answer. I said, okay. Now I see where she's going with this. Then I had time to think for a second. I'm thinking, well, you know, ain't no white person ever called me a white person, so she might be right. So my mom was funny. I'll never forget that. She said, what did you think you were? And then that's when she went on in history, and she told me what her opinion is of what a Negro is. My mom said, you, as a light-skinned black woman, you are the real Negro. I said, oh, I am? She said, yes, you are the American Negro because the American Negro comes from mixed heritage. I said, oh, okay. Then she gave me a bunch of names. I had this history book, this volume of history books, right? It had volume 1, 2, 3. So I had Either I ordered them. I think I already had them. Yeah, I already had them, but I hadn't really looked in them and read them. I had ordered this Black History volume of books. It was volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. So I opened them up, and I seen all these light-skinned Negroes, calling them Negroes too. And at that point, after studying, I became very proud of being an American Negro. That's what happened. So anyway, I hope that was interesting for y'all. And you know, the slave master that owned my relatives in Alabama, do you know that he left the land to my relatives? We still have that land right now in Alabama. I don't know what my family did to slave master, y'all, but the slave master left my relatives the land. The slave master that owned 13 of my relatives on my grandmother's side, him and his wife were unable to have children. So the slave master that ran the plantation, I'll give you his first name, Thoss. I'm not going to give you the last name, but his name was Thoss. Okay, in Alabama, he owned 13 of my relatives, beautiful, dark-skinned chocolate people, and he was not able to have children. Him and his wife did not have any biological children. And he left the land. It's a court order, y'all. It's in the courts of Alabama. And my family in Alabama, they have RVs and they live on that land that Thoss left to his slaves. So yes, I'm definitely a Negro. So see, American Negro also is inclusive of what your ancestors did in slavery. If I just call myself Black, I'm kind of leaving a lot out, right? But when I say I'm an American Negro or I'm an indigenous Negro, even connecting to some of our Indian heritage that runs in my family on my mom's side, I mean on my mother and grandmother's side, I got all kind of rights to America. From being an indigenous person, from being mixed with Black Indian blood, West African blood, and a drop of European blood. Okay? But the Black takes over, right? When I was a baby, I used to have blue eyes, y'all. The Black took over. The melanin takes over. I was a blue-eyed baby. Now my eyes are almost dark brown black. All of that goes away because the Negro melanin takes over. Okay, so that's just how that works. So yeah, I love diversity. I'm proud to be who I am, and I'm proud to have this powerful European American white man on my channel that's helping us talk about this and feel more comfortable, right? We got to feel comfortable with this stuff and get a better understanding of who we are. And then that way we can connect more. Oh, thank you to the like button YouTuber. That was educational. Yes, thank you. Let me see. It says men don't curse in front of ladies. Ladies don't curse in front of men. But we all do it in private. Yeah, I get that. But I do use a little profanity on this channel. It's like my venting. But I use it as needed. It helps me get my points out. So, okay, so the like button YouTuber says, I put other, wait a minute. I put other and write American because I was born in America. I wasn't born in Germany. A Black person from France. will say that they are French. They won't say African French or Negro French. Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of people probably shouldn't be using the word Negro because it's not on their birth certificate, right? It's not. We got to be careful throwing around the word Negro. But in my case, it's on my birth certificate. So I know I can use it. I know the slave master that owned at least 13 of my relatives in Alabama. We live on that land, so I definitely, I'm entitled and allowed and to use it because it's part of my identity, right? It's part of my identity. It was part of my identity when I was born. The doctor determined that I'm not a white baby. The doctor said, this is a Negro. And then they proceeded with my birth certificate and wrote down I'm a Negro. That's it. Oh yeah, I agree with that. You know what? To the like button YouTuber, it's good. My dad didn't curse in front of me. Okay, and I agree with that. I curse way more. You know why I curse so much? Because my father's dead. So I'm kind of mad. I lost my father at 13. So I'm mad that James is deceased. So I gotta cuss. I miss him so much. I gotta cuss sometimes to be able to accept the fact that he's deceased. I'd probably be in a mental institution if I wasn't cussing. I gotta get this shit out, But I do agree that it's a very bad thing for a man to cuss in front of girls. I got a favorite cousin, and I cuss way more than he do. I just do. In my family, the women or ladies cuss more than the men. And I think that's more appropriate. It don't sound right when a man cuss too much. There's something wrong with it, right? So I would agree with your parenting style because my dad, he just wasn't cursing in front of me. And when I was young, I didn't curse. So yeah, I would agree with that, with the like button YouTuber. I agree with all we need cultural humility. Yep, we do. We need cultural humility. I've never heard of that term before, but I do. I agree with the like button YouTuber that we need cultural humility. So we have to, humility is just putting yourself down to the lowest level and just take it in, y'all. Just accept what it is. Stop fighting it. Yep. Okay. So let's get back on this commentary because I want to make sure I finish off this American Black family. And y'all got to remember this, okay? Some of y'all might be like, well, why is the like button YouTuber here? Well, his ex-wife is Black. So his daughters are biracial, okay? So it's appropriate for him to engage with Black YouTubers and other people of mixed heritage because what kind of white man is he gonna be if he hates other Black women that come from diversity, right? So he has clarified his the like button YouTuber, your children are biracial, right? Because you're a white man and their mother's Black. Okay, am I correct? So the mother of his children is Black just like my mother. Exactly. So see, you got to get an understanding of, yes, they are. Okay. So his children come from mixed heritage just like I do. Okay. So his aura and his energy, it belongs here. Because guess what? His biracial daughters, because he has all girls, they're going to grow up And they need to be proud of what they are. They need to be proud that their father is a white man and that their mother is a black woman. So you know what he's doing? He's going to understand his girls better when they grow up. Even if one of them get a YouTube channel and they're cussing and shit, he might understand it. He'll be like, yep, Advanced Insight channel used to do that shit too, girl. You know, so he's got to learn. The more he taps into adult ladies that he can resonate with, he can be a better father. You got to understand that. He has to be able to tap in and understand the black community because he's a father to black girls. Because depending on what the girls look like, sometimes the white gene is more powerful. And the girls could just look like white girls all the way. But I think his girls show the black blood. So he needs to be here, and him getting a understanding. Now he knows what Negro means, right? And he has an understanding of what it means. He needs to fully understand what the terms mean, because okay, their mother, and I like how the like button says their mother is a very strong, beautiful lady. We didn't work out, but I still care a lot about her as the mother of my young ladies. And this is what I was telling my son when I was on a live and he mentioned something about white men. You know what I told my son? I wish y'all daddy would have been a white man. Maybe I wouldn't be in this situation. But their father's a black man, deadbeat father in that particular situation. So white men, oh my God, one of the saddest cases, y'all. The like button YouTuber, this case will make you cry, right? I think I got a playlist, the Shania Davis case. She was biracial. Shania Davis was a biracial little girl. Her mother was a black woman and her father was a white man. It's almost hard with this case, y'all. Sometimes I can't talk about it without crying, right? Shania Davis was biracial. Her mother sold her off to a black man and he brutally raped and killed her. Shania Davis' father, he was an empathic man, and he had custody of Shania Davis at first. Shania is Shaniya, something like that. Davis, Davis. Shania Davis. And let me get the correct spelling just to make sure. I think I got a playlist, right? There should be a playlist on my channel for the Shania Davis. So this case may interest you. See, before the like button YouTuber comes here, I'm already up to date on biracial children and things. So if we go to the playlist, let me find the Shania Davis playlist. I gave you the playlist for the predators. Be aware of these child predators. But now we're getting ready to go down to the playlist on my channel of the Shania Davis case. Let me find it. Like I said, it's hard for me to talk about without busting out crying. It's a case I'm very sensitive to. And I believe it's a case involving a lot of interracism. Interracism means Black people against biracial children. Precious Shania Nicole Davis tragedy. That's the playlist. There's 26 videos. Okay, y'all hear me? So, and I'll put this on the description. So to the like button YouTuber, if you go under my playlist, it's called Precious Precious Shania Davis Tragedy. Now, her first name is not Precious, but that's what I called her. She's precious to me. She's a biracial little girl. Her mother's black and her father's white. Her auntie, she looks like her auntie to me, which is her dad's sister. He recommended the aunt. She recommended that Shania Davis not go back to her mother. You know the case, the like button YouTuber? Thank you. You know it. But check this out. With cases, what I do is I pre-screen videos. So I put the most important videos of the case on my playlist called the Precious Shania Nicole Davis Tragedy. And each video out of these 26 videos give you a different perspective and event that's happening. So I picked the videos so you understand the complete story. So you know about the aunt. The aunt warned Shania Davis' white father. He's an empath. You know that, right? He's an empath. And he tried to give the black mom a chance. But that black woman sold this baby off to, yeah, that's right. So see, y'all might not understand this, but the like button YouTuber say he does a lot of research because I want to see the challenges that his young ladies will face. So that's a good point. He needs to teach his girls about this case, because at the end of the day, this happened because she's a light-skinned, pretty little girl. And I look like this when I was little, y'all. The Shania Davis look, I had a similar look, but I just looked more black. You probably could tell my mom was very dark-skinned or whatever, but I had the look, okay? The little biracial kind of look, but I had, nappier hair. I think my features were fuller. I took my mom's features, so I had full lips and stuff like that. Shania Davis, she has like the small lips and features of her father. So she took a lot of her white side. So yeah, you definitely gotta know. Everybody gotta know, and even to the like button YouTuber, you gotta know the risk that your girls are under from dangerous Negroes. Her black mother put her in the hands of a dangerous Negro. He stuck his whole private parts in this baby, y'all. He needs the death penalty. He should die. What he did to Shania Davis, that black man should die for it. And I'm not saying it because I got favor over the fact that her father's white, but her father's an empath. He made a mistake. He just didn't want to separate the black mom from his daughter. He wanted Shania Davis to have a mom. He didn't have no clue that this black woman was going to sell her off for $200 and give her to the Negro that tortured her and murdered her. And the pain her little body must have went through for that man to put his private parts in her little small body. He needs the death penalty for it. And that's why she's on my playlist. So I thank the Lord that the white father of black little girls, he needs to be aware of this, and he's already on top of it. So watch the playlist, y'all. Precious Shania Nicole Davis Tragedy, and I'll put it in the description when this live ends. Okay. So I really thank the Lord that the white gentleman, the white American gentleman, or the European American gentleman came in here today, because this is serious stuff that needs to be discussed. And I'm so glad that as a father, he's doing a great job as a father. The like button YouTuber, just by being aware, he got to know. Y'all might not understand that, but as a white man, he needs to know what happens to biracial little girls, because the case is actually a lot of racism in it. And the racism was against her being biracial. Her black mother is racist against her little light-skinned girl. The moment she decides to hand her biracial daughter, Shania Davis, over to that nigga, because he's a nigga, okay, that he's a nigga, not a Negro. He doesn't represent a Negro because of what he did. So when she decides to give her biracial little girl over to that torturous nigga that should have the death penalty, he should get the death chair. He should die, in my opinion. What we paying for him for? And that black mom, she's racist against her own light-skinned, biracial little daughter of mixed heritage. Shania Davis light-skinned, mixed, and they're not light-skinned. Her mom is not light-skinned, and neither is the predator that tortured her before her death. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. And as a white man, he needs to be aware of what goes on with light-skinned little girls or biracial girls. He needs to know what the fuck's going on. It's just like when I'm raising my black sons. On the West Coast, we had Ku Klux Klan driving up and down the freaking freeway. Black men in California were coming up hung. I need to know that shit is happening to black males. I need to know. I need to know what's happening to light-skinned women in America. What's happening to American Negro women of all complexions, whether they my mama complexion, chocolate, or my complexion. I need to know what the hell is going on so I can be aware of my surroundings at all times. I'm loving this conversation. Let me see. Yep, the like button YouTuber. I'm so proud of him that he knew about the Shania Davis case. I sure am. He's protective of his little girls. The like button YouTuber says, my stepdad said if MT kids, they would have an easier life. I haven't talked to him since. Wait a minute. Okay, what is your stepdad saying? If mixed kids, is that what he's saying? Oh, he's saying if they were white, they would have an easier life. No, white people ain't got an easier life. That's one thing I've learned. Once the pandemic came, white people ain't got an easier life. That's not what they're having. I would stop talking to him. You don't need someone insulting your kid's heritage, because I mean, they're not all white. So your life is easier since you got your stepdad the hell up out of your life. That's whose life is easier is you and your girls. Get him out of your life. You did the right thing. I support no contact with that asshole. No disrespect towards your stepdad, but yeah, you're not missing much. He ain't got much to offer you or your girls. The like button YouTuber says, I am very humble. I'm a very humble man, but I have also fought in war, and my young ladies will always be safe, and I will do whatever it takes to support my young ladies. Amen to that. I support fathers. See, I don't hold grudges. My sons had a deadbeat father, and I don't hold grudges. Just because their father was a deadbeat, that doesn't mean I want everybody to have a deadbeat father, right? Let me see. The like button YouTuber says, I go to every school event because you're their dad and their father. Yeah, my dad did that too. He never missed any of my dance recitals, my performances. I was a ballet dancer, and I did acting as well. I was a little actress for 8 years, y'all. Up until high school, okay? And then that's when things went downhill. I got a high school sweetheart, ended up being a teenage mother, and no more acting and ballet dancing, right? So now I'm a parent. So, but I'll never forget the years of jazz, tap, and ballet, doing performances, doing plays. My dad came to every event. I always knew he would be sitting there with his light-skinned self, with his little short afro, with his suit on. And that all ended when he passed away when I was 13. But for 8 consistent years of my life, I was participating in performing. Even when I was in Catholic school, I started performing there. And I did not attend Catholic school my entire life because them nuns, they whipped the shit out of you, y'all. We're some racist ass nuns, boy. They you come out of there, you got webs on your arm and shit. They had a paddle with the tape. It was a big mess. But they made sure you know how to read good now. Now, at Catholic school, them nuns, you don't mess up no words. And I thank the Lord for that, because I'm a decent reader. Yeah, so keep up the great work to the like button, YouTuber and the father of all the girls. I love him being here. I'm really proud of the type of father and man he is. Sounds like a very empathic man. So I'm glad he's here. And like I said, go through my lives. I was just on the live talking about white men when my son was like, what do you wish there was a white man? Yeah, I wish I was talking to a white man right now is what I told my son. So that's kind of funny. I might find that part of the video and maybe do like a excerpt clip on it or something. It's in one of those lives that I did over the weekend or something. The last several lives or whatever. So yeah, let's go back into this commentary. Hold on. Yeah, I'm loving this live. This live has turned out really good. See, lives are surprises to me too. I'll come back to the comments in a second.
And that they don't think it's better than him in some kind of way. He gotta be better. He either gotta earn more money or he just gotta be a better person than she is, have better vision than she does. He gotta be better. My husband's better than me. He's better than me. I like it that way. I appreciate that. He's smart. He's got all of these qualities. He's more patient than I am. Like, he's got all of these wonderful qualities that I like, and they're better than mine. They're better than mine. I think a lot of women don't like admitting that because it makes them seem less than or somehow not good, but that's not true. We want men that are better than us. And these women, these modern women, know that, but they don't know what better actually means.
I don't really like that term modern women, y'all. And this is why. I mean, you can't help the era that you're born in, right? Modern women, I mean, what's the opposite of that? Old-fashioned women, I don't know. That term is really being used a lot, and I'm not sure it really gets down to the root of the problem. But when they say modern women, it's like some kind of bad thing, right? But if you're going to live your life, you should get a little modernized in certain areas. So for me, the word modern is not a bad thing. It's just like the word vintage, right? It's not a bad thing, but I guess they have came up with like a slang or label to identify out of control women. So I have a sense that when they use modern women, it means a woman that's not in their control is basically what that means. And I don't think all women that are not under control are bad. I don't. But they use this word, and that's the word that they're using. But I don't really prefer it. It's just how they're identifying it, right? And they have a right to identify it. I mean, YouTube allows her to do it, but it's not a word that I'm into, basically. I'm not into that word.
What better actually means. They think better means just more money. But that's not really true. That's not the whole picture. This is why sometimes when they get that man that has more money, they still don't like that man. Because Elaine can have money.
Yeah, they don't like the man because they're constantly teaching that a man has to have money, right? Don't be with a man if he's not a provider. So ladies marry men that they don't like because that's what's been taught since the beginning of time. If you see a homeless man outside that's in his right frame of mind with $5, don't date him. That's been taught since the beginning of time. So it's not encouraged to be with decent men. It's just not.
Because Elaine can have money. A man that's not a good in a relationship can be good in business. So he can make him some money. He can be smart on how to have a business, but he's not a very good partner. So these women can get these men, quote unquote.
I might create a playlist, y'all. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna create a playlist talking about white men. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna find that video where my son and I, when he mentioned something about white men, I'm gonna begin it with that. And I'm gonna create a playlist. And this video will be on that playlist as well. Yeah, I'm gonna create a playlist called Talking About White Men. Yeah, because I'm constantly building my playlist. I have over 100 playlists on this channel. So now I do lives. I got about 70 other videos I got to release from private. I have an extensive playlist. I speak on issues some YouTubers don't talk about. I have not tuned into or heard another YouTuber that acts like me because it's only one of me. Don't put you in that. Okay, so I won't put you in that. Okay, so I won't put you in that. So I'm going to make sure, but I'm still going to create the playlist, but I won't add this video. So let me make a note of that the like button, and that's his right, y'all. He don't have to be under that playlist. Okay. So I'm going to respect his wishes, but I'm going to begin one and I'll just find other videos to put under there. And I'm going to put the video of the one where me and my son were talking, but I won't put this video up under there. And I made a note of it that the like button YouTuber says no. Okay. And he has girls and, privacy and stuff. So, yeah. So I will do that. Now, I can put it under my playlist under private. See, if I put it under my playlist under private, no one else on YouTube can see it. So that would be a private playlist. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to create two playlists. I'm going to put one for the public and one for my private playlist where no one else sees it but myself. So I can do that just to kind of remind myself that this was one of the videos, but it will not be public. Does that make sense to the like button YouTuber? Because on your playlist, you can decide if it's going to be private or if it's going to not be private. So yeah, I'll do that. So let me go back into the commentary.
These women can
let me think about it. Could help someone. And yeah, it's fine. On this channel, let me tell you something to the like button YouTuber. I'm a very private person. And this is what I'm going to suggest. Go with your first instinct, but it'll be under the playlist, right? This playlist is open to the public. Just think about it. When I release this live video, more people have seen this live than they will probably on my playlist. But if you don't want it on a playlist, it's okay. So yeah, just think about it and let me know. I'm not going to be doing the playlist right away anyway. It'll be done within 2 weeks because I got to find which live I went to where I was discussing and complimenting white men on that live when I was with my son. So I got to go find that live anyway before I can even add this. So yeah, if you tap into another live and you give me permission and say, I don't mind this being on talking about white men playlist, then and I'm talking about good stuff about white men, but yeah, go off your first instinct. But either way, I'll put it under my private. So what I'll do is if you don't want this one on the public playlist, I still will put this under my private playlist. So what I'll do is create two. I'll create talking about white men and want to be public. And then I'll do one talking about white men, and this one will be on my private one. Because what you're asking is that it not be public. And I can make it not public, okay? But yeah, just think about it. I would love to add you on the public playlist. Just showing the positive interaction. My daughter said the video she said could help her people. Oh, absolutely. Okay. So, are you in approval of being put on the playlist? Make it public? Okay, absolutely. Thank your daughter for me. Is she the 14-year-old? Is the 14-year-old giving permission? Because I remember there's 10-year-olds and 14-year-old. Okay, so absolutely. So I will write that down that you're giving permission. And like I said, it'll be on my playlist, on my channel. Okay, so it's not like, it won't be like on another live. It'll just be on the playlist. Yeah, so it'll be on there. So let's go back and thank your daughter for me. I feel so special that, yep, 14-year-olds. And I knew it was probably the 14-year-old because, 10-year-olds normally aren't as savvy, so it sounded more like a teenager decision. Yeah, and she has a lot of empathy like her father. Yeah, she has a lot of empathy. So, and it can, playlists help people. Playlists help people. It really does. And I also, just so you know, I want to paint a good depiction of white males, right? You have twins that are 14 and twins that are 10. Absolutely. So just keep in mind, when I was on the live, my pastor is a white man. He's Norwegian. So he's Norwegian. So he's a white man. Okay. So he's one of the best pastors I've ever been around in my life. Okay. And I have white males have treated me fair and kind, and I've met some white assholes, but most of them have been cool. So as you're doing a channel, you come up with different ideas, right? So, everything just goes with the flow. So when you come up with ideas, it just went with the flow. I was talking about white men and giving a good depiction of white men, and here you are on the channel with your girls that are half black. And I'm proud of all the diversity. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's very good. And thank your daughter for me. I appreciate it. But yeah, I just want to paint a good depiction of the white community. I mean, I'm not going to be no channel if this ain't this don't say black people channel. It say advanced insight channel. So let me go ahead and play this, do the commentary on this. Hold on, y'all.
These women can get these men, quote unquote, and then still not like these men and still not respect these men, even though he has the dollar amount that they said they wanted and needed in order to be in a relationship with a man. They miss the rest of the man. And I think that's a big part of the problem with a lot of online rhetoric. And like you said, the hypergamy content, the level up content, women trying to tell other women that they have to get a man that does this and does that, and she got to be a boss chick and all that, misses the entire point of men and who men actually are and what the value they actually have and can bring to a woman's life if you wanted to do that.
Viagra and Cialis, they increase.
Oh my God, not
testosterone primarily.
Viagra.
That's why you can physically perform.
What the hell? These freaking commercials, y'all. Oh
And can
no.
bring
I apologize. It's brought up a freaking Viagra commercial. No way. I apologize.
to a woman's life if you wanted to do that. I rambled. I'm sorry.
Hey, Kendra, it's your show, sister. Listen, that hypergamy content is basically propagandizing women into accepting 304 behavior, transactional relationships. Like, okay, you get into a transactional relationship, well, that's no different than the blade. That's how I view all that content. It's just getting women to accept, hey, well, if you want to spend time with me, you got to pay. Well, the dude gonna pay and say, hey, well, if I'm gonna pay, then I need to be clapping some cheeks. Then am I gonna pay? I'm cool. I just need to be, I'm not gonna be paying it just to feed you. No. I gotta get what I can get. So that's what that comes into. Relegating a man to a dollar sign is very ugly and prostitutish. Sorry, it is. When I heard you describe what you view about your husband, that was all character. That was not, I didn't hear you mention dollar signs. Now that's how you're supposed to look at it. His character, whether he got $1 million a day or $100 tomorrow, because it can happen. That's life. Any of us can have money today and go broke tomorrow. Things happen. People get sick. Bad business deals happen. All kind of things happen. It could be your mama that got sick and you didn't pay all kind of money for your mama, helping your mama out, and it took you down. So life happens. That's what people don't understand. I wouldn't want somebody that say, well, he makes a certain amount of money, so now I want to be with him. The hell with you, because you're not a good person. And that's the key. What is the character of that man or that woman? What is the character? And if a woman looks at you as a dollar sign, then she's not a good person. And I don't care how she looks, because as men know this, you get over a woman looking about 5 minutes. Once you see her nasty attitude and her ways and her $100,000 and $250,000 of student loan debt and her credit and everything else she got going on and her high dollar, she got a BMW, but she paying $1,900 a month for it. You actually seen a black woman paying that on a video on YouTube. $9 a month. Why would a man want to get involved with that? Because she's showing out? Man, hell no. So that's why I tell gentlemen, do not get upset if a woman say you're not on her level financially, because that's a dumb woman, period. Say thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Right, I'm not on your level, and I'm going to go move elsewhere. I don't think you should make those changes and let the women say what they're going to say, because I think gentlemen need to hear it, accept it, and just go with people that can trust me. We got billions of women in the world. Don't trip on just one. There'll be a woman out there for you, bro.
It definitely is. It definitely is, because if she's that hung up on that, a statement such as that, you're not on my level financially. And it's like, you can tell just from her saying that she doesn't even understand what comprises a relationship to begin with. She doesn't understand that. She's stuck on money. And like you said, because I just call it flat out hoeing. All of that boss chick, you gotta cash out me, and you can't talk to me unless you do pay for my nails first, but that's hoeing. It's flat out.
I'm sorry, Kendra. I have to interrupt. That is a broke, dusty female. Like any woman with common sense and respect do not need a man to pay for their hair, nails, feet, or anything, because she works. She has self-respect. She's not going to do that. So if a woman approach you, well, you gonna pay for my nails? No. Well, I'm blocking you. Thank God.
Right.
Because you are not my child. Men should not be paying for women like they're their children. Sorry, you're grown. Act like it. Or we can get into Dr. Francis Cresswell's. I'm sorry. Shahrazad Ali would say most of them mentality is like a 14-year-old anyway in a grown woman body, and a lot of times we see that with that childish behavior like that.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you on that. It is broke. They don't see. I don't know why they don't see it as broke, dusty behavior.
It is.
To immediately try to ask a man that you've been knowing all of 2 seconds, just because he might have complimented you or shown some type of interest of, or what have you, thought you was pretty, wanted to talk to you, whatever the case may have been. And your first instinct was to try to charge him for doing that. You are broke and dusty. That's not, they want other women, or they want to portray to other women that this is about, control in the relationship, or establishing that he's gonna pay for you because a man that like you will provide for you. And that has a truth to it, but he talked to you 2 seconds. He don't know if he like you or not. So you can't, he provide what? What does he need to provide? Y'all not in a relationship. All that man did was DM you. This is not a relationship. He don't owe you nothing. These will be the same women. I don't owe him no sex. These are the women that get flued out and then get left at the airport because they didn't want to let the guy clap cheeks. Talking about, I don't owe him no sex. But you hoeing. You hoeing. You got flew out to hoe. He paid for your ticket, paid for your hotel or Airbnb, wherever y'all was at. You know the deal. You reneged on your end of the bargain. So he left you at the airport, beloved, because you hoeing and you don't want to hoe. They want people, particularly other women, to think that this is some type of boss move, and it's not. To try to beg men that owe you nothing. These are not your husbands. These are not men that owe you anything, not even so much as a good morning. To try to get him to pay rent and bills and nails and hair and all of that, that is broke. Ladies, look me in my eyeballs. That is broke. Aren't you working?
Hold on, y'all.
It's broke. Aren't you working? Go get some nails. This cost me all of $45. Y'all ain't got $45. Every 2 weeks you get paid. You ain't got $45 to get your nails done. I don't want to hear it. Leave them belly in. Go to Dollar Tree and get you some nail polish. They sell it for $1. And paint that on your nails. I don't want to hear it. And braid your hair back like Queen Latifah and set it off. Since you can't afford your hair, you don't need to do that. I rambled again.
Oh, you good, sister. This your show. Only thing I'm saying is, if you're gonna tell a man that he gotta pay for your hair, nails, and this and that and the third, then you say, okay, if I'm gonna pay for all that, then shoot. What time you need to meet me at the room?
Right.
What? Like, well, yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna pay you, I might as well get something out of it, because you get your nails done, don't get nothing for me. Right. I mean, you got to get that gutter with some of them. Be honest with you, then they'll learn to stop asking questions like that. Gee, call their little friend. He asked me what time we gonna meet at the room. Like, well, you started off like that, like you on the blade. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women today are prostitutes, sex workers. That's what they are. Don't even talk about the OnlyFans stuff. They sex workers. So I think that should discount them. To me, I see one comment say, well, it makes a lot of us regular guys. No, they have trouble or whatever. No, you don't have no trouble. You just stay away from those types. But also, some of the ones that are quote unquote living in Section 8 talk that way too, and that part is funny. They talk that way. I want a guy $100,000 woman. Right. You only make $26,000. That's why you're on the program. What are you talking about? If a woman ever tell you that, gentlemen, say, can we compare tax returns? I just want to see what you did, and I'll show you what I did. Okay? If you made more than that, then I'm cool. It's silly. Like, what happened to black people? I even said, like, what happened to y'all? That's not the way we talk. Like, that's what I say. You sound like the white folks. Like, stop. They don't work for us.
No, it don't. Not the tax returns. Because, baby, if you get a return and I pay taxes, we are not the same.
Kendra, listen, when I hear that the Republicans are in office and they trying to tear apart the IRS, I'm clapping. I'm clapping,
this is
okay?
the thing.
Because I can't stand that empathy.
Okay,
But
I
I,
just played that through. So a lot of it I agree with, but one thing I'm gonna kind of disagree with that's hurt the black community, and this includes anybody that has black bloodline in them too. If you have a black mom, black dad, that whole old school philosophy, doing it like the white man. Okay, so let me try to replay this. However way he words it.
what happened to black people? I even said, like, what happened to y'all? That's not the way we talk. But that's what I say. You sound like the white folks. Like stop. They don't
Okay,
work.
the way we were taught. Okay, so let's begin with his weight. Philip Scott. The way black people are taught, or American Negroes, we need to unteach it, right? So, like I said, my pastor is Norwegian or a white man, okay? And all that doing it like the white man, let me tell you something. My son, when I called the police on my abusive son, he called me, sent me a text. Let me tell you what my own black son said in the text. He called me a white girl, right? And I said, no, I'm not a white girl just because I called the police. So what happens is when you have black bloodline in you, or you are black or Negro, however you want to refer to yourself in America, if you do something non-violent or you do it a different way, it's considered doing it the white way. And that needs to be changed. Because like Philip Scott said, that's not our culture. I don't give a fuck about black culture. I give a fuck about logic. Okay, and I don't care if my son is a black male. If I gotta call the police on his black ass, I'm gonna do it. He can text me and call me all kind of white girls. Yes, I'll be a white girl. I called the police on your black ass. And that's why a lot of black women, and I'm talking about black women that are biracial as well. They're black women. That's why we get involved with so much fucking domestic violence. Because we're made to think we doing it like the white man. Goddamn right I'm doing it like the white man. I told my son, I don't give a damn about your text. He called me, he said, you little white girl. You can call me all of that. Call the police and tell them I'm a white girl too. But your black ass is back in the policing system. I have notified them that you've threatened me, son. And I continue to talk to my son. It's just on file. Never underestimate a threat. What if one day he pops off and he does it? Then I'm in jail for defending myself, or I die and they don't even know who did it. So that's the thing. But that's what the black culture does to people that come from Negro or black bloodline. Whatever you want to call yourself, African American or whatever. I'm talking about American born black people. That's what they do to us. They make us feel like you bad because you're doing it like the white man. Some parts of white culture may be more logical than black culture, but that's what they hang over our head to keep us in submission to black bullshit. That's unhealthy. That's basically how I feel about that. And black men like Philip Scott will be the best at it. He's known. Kendra Davis is super happy for him to be on her channel. Actually, I am too, because I've gotten 7 new subscribers. I'm happy I'm having them talk on my channel too. Fair use, y'all. I have to say fair use. So let's go back into this commentary. I don't buy it, and I don't and black males will say it a lot, even including my own son that's abusive. He texts me, you police caller, you little white girl. That's what he called me. I said, I don't give a shit. I'll be your white girl. You are back in the policing system for threatening me. I also told the police, you gonna come by my crib or house and put a bunch of Post-it notes on my damn door. He said he gonna put sticky notes. Okay, I told him that too. So the police will know that you is tripping. And he didn't do it because he knows there's consequences. Because I'm acting like a little white girl, so he says, and I'm calling the police, he leaves me the hell alone and didn't come to the house. He's not allowed at this house anymore. I can't have all that domestic violence and that, oh, that's black culture, right? Domestic violence is black culture. That's why Philip Scott is calling it, doing it like the white man. Because really, they don't want you to get out of domestic violence. Kendra Davis and Philip Scott teachings in some way drives you right back into domestic violence. It just does. So let me finish playing this.
Don't work for us.
No, it don't. It don't. Not the tax return, because baby, if you get a return and I pay taxes, we are not the same.
Yeah. Kendra, I hate. Listen, when I hear that the Republicans are in office and they trying to tear apart the IRS, I'm clapping. I'm clapping. Okay, because I can't stand that entity, the IRS. Especially when I had a problem with her one time. Kendra, I'll say this publicly. I got a letter from the IRS one time, Kendra, telling me, oh, you didn't report $91,000. I said, what? That's a lie. Well, what ended up happening, Kendra, they double counted the money I reported. And I had to go through a process to show them how they were wrong. You know what I'm saying, Kendra? I don't get a refund. I wish I could, but I don't get one.
No.
So yeah, if you're getting a refund, you're not making no money.
Yeah, if you get the refund, please don't talk to me. Please don't kick me off.
Unless you like in them Walmarts and you got the game on lock with tax attorneys and you getting them subsidies back and all the other money back from your taxes. I haven't got to that level yet, but I'm on the regular people level in small business. I don't get.
I think Kendra Davis would have been a very good wife, y'all. I do. She's a good lady. I just have my opinions. I still feel like some of those teachings drive women right back into domestic violence situations. I just truly believe that because it's kind of like misogynist teachings that need a little bit more balance to it. Okay.
Nothing back. I get nothing. I have to pay.
No.
I'm going to reply to the other comments in just a second here. Just give me a few minutes. Thank you.
Got to pay. You know, you have to become either you're not making money and you get a return, or you're a corporation entity and you understand how to get tax breaks or shelter money. In long story short, and then you can sort of play that game with them. But those of us who are in the middle of that, but in the middle of those two extremes, yeah, we got to walk a tightrope with the IRS. How dare they? The unmitigated gall of them trying to audit your money to see whether or not they got they cut good enough or not is diabolical work. So I'm really hoping that is President Trump's next thing. Give the IRS a 10-year audit where we don't have to pay them until they finish the audit. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Kendra, I seen one of your commenters in there saying the IRS is sending you a letter every other week. I will tell you about the IRS. Two entities you don't play with in America: child support and the IRS. They will jack you up. Please answer them letters with them people. Work with them. They'll work with you. You ignore the IRS, you will see what happened to you, buddy. Don't play with the IRS. Don't do that. Immediately respond to them people. They'll work with you. Try on a payment plan or whatever you want to do, but don't dismiss them, please.
Yeah, don't dismiss them. You'll wake up with a lot of problems one day and you won't know. They'll just drop the hammer on you. They will do it.
I emphasize again,
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. They're giving good financial advice. And I would take that advice because Kendra Davis, I think she's good financially. I see her as a woman that budgets. And Philip Scott, he's a wealthy man. And I think both of them are spiritually wealthy. I mean, the bottom line is they're both bigger YouTubers than I am. and I've been doing commentary on their live, and I have received 7 new subscribers. So my little channel, I should be grateful for that. So yeah. Let me finish. I really, you know what, y'all? I enjoyed this live. I did. I really enjoyed this live. I just don't like these freaking commercials keep coming up. One talking about some Viagra and, whew, I can't wait till I get more technology savvy, y'all.
Hammer on you, they will do it. They will drop.
Don't play with the IRS. Don't do that. Meet them letters with them people. Work with them.
That's all I need. That's all I say. Good enough or not
this is Kendra Davis and Philip Scott, y'all.
Diabolical work. So I'm really hoping that is President Trump's next thing. Give the IRS a 10-year audit where they we don't have to pay them until they finish the audit. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Kendra, I've seen one of your commenters in there saying the IRS is sending you a letter every other week. I will tell you about the IRS. 2 entities you don't play with in America. Child support and the IRS. They will jack you up. Please answer them letters with them people. Work with them. They'll work with you. If you ignore the IRS, you will see what happened to you, buddy. Don't play with the IRS. Don't do that. Immediately respond to them people. They'll work with you. Trust me. They'll put you on a payment plan or whatever you want to do. But don't dismiss them, please.
Yeah, don't dismiss them. You'll wake up with a lot of problems one day and you won't know. They'll just drop the hammer on you. They will do it. They will drop the hammer. And then they'll tell you, no, we sent you a letter. You didn't see that? You didn't see that? You didn't get that letter? When we told you, it may be worrisome to deal with the IRS. I don't like that entity, but I do not suggest y'all ignoring them. That's not gonna help you. It's not gonna make them go away. They're just gonna increase what they do to you. Liens, freezing of accounts.
Like Dr. Umar.
Garnishing your.
This is good financial advice, y'all. Listen to them. Both of them are more financially stable, in my opinion, than I am. Okay.
Yes, garnishing wages. You will look up and you won't have a dollar.
And their business, their YouTube channels are bigger and more prosperous than my channel as of right now. I'm not in a competition. I'm lucky that I got the subscribers that I have, and as long as my channel continues to grow. You know, with small YouTube channels, I've said this before, you just got to look under your total views. I have, I'm almost at 108,000 views, y'all. That's the main thing. I'm monetized. I don't know how to freaking get my YouTube check, but I'm monetized, y'all. So I got to go find my money. Okay. I'll find it. I'm just too busy doing lives. Okay.
I look to your name messing with them.
Or tax evasion charges.
Money from you. They're game.
You don't think you want tax evasion charges. No. You don't want that. So yeah, please answer them people.
All you got to do is pay them a little bit to keep their mouth shut. They can't say you ain't paying them. It may not be what they want in the time frame that they want, but if you pay them something, they can't say you're not paying them.
Well, Kendra, I disagree. You need to get on a reputable payment plan with them and stick to it. Do not miss a payment, because if you miss a payment, they're going to go enforcement on you. So trust me, I know. I paid them. That's why I tell you.
Yeah, and I guess, what are they speaking about the IRS? I can add with the IRS. If you owe the IRS, you can do what you call, no, it's actually unemployment security. I think the IRS does it too. They call it a letter of offer and compromise. So in any bill that you owe and you want to negotiate it getting lower, it's called a letter of offer and compromise. And I think in some instances, an attorney can draw that up for you. And in some cases, you can get a $20,000 bill lowered to $5,000. Okay, I'm not the richest, financially rich lady in the world, but there's some tips I can give you to help you, just like the tip I just gave you. I know the letter of offer and compromise works with employment security. So if you owe employment security, sometimes they name the letter a different thing. It's not a letter of offer and compromise. You have to get it notarized. You don't necessarily have to have an attorney do it, but this is a way, if you don't want to file bankruptcy, of getting a debt lowered, a big debt, even if it's $1,000. They may say, hey, just pay me $20. You can also ask, get it notarized and ask that your debt be forgiven. Bankruptcy is not the only way for it to be forgiven. You can ask. A lot of times people don't teach you this. You can ask for forgiveness for anything. Just make sure it's in writing. There's an address, name, and the signature, and it's notarized. Just, hey, a closed mouth does not get fed. Remember that old saying? So do that. A lot of times if you do this, you won't need to pay as much on these bills. Just ask for forgiveness, y'all. Okay? I don't think they're going to mention that here, y'all. So this is why this is the Advanced Insight channel. I have tips that I can tell you too. I ain't got to be no millionaire to tell you these tips. I used to be a preparer for bankruptcy documents. I used to do the paperwork with no help, y'all, for people that was filing Chapter 7 bankruptcies and Chapter 13. And I used to do that many years ago. So that's that letter of offer and compromise and asking for forgiveness for the debt. You can do that without filing bankruptcy as well. Filing bankruptcy is a way of asking forgiveness for the debt, but you can also do it in letter form. Okay? I owe you 10 grand. Hello, sir. I owe you $10,000. I apologize for that. Didn't realize the bill got that big. Would it be okay if I pay you $1,500, sir? My name is Irene. This is my signature. I put on my glasses and read this before I wrote it to you, y'all. So, would it be okay if you participate in this letter of offer and compromise? If you can't do it, I understand. Thank you, sir. It's all up to you now. And they're going to mail you a letter and say yes. Just make sure it's notarized. It works, y'all. So let me see.
So trust me, I know I paid them. That's why I tell you, get on a payment plan. They'll work with you. Just like child support. You behind in child support? Call them up and say, hey, look, I'm this and that. What can I do to work this out? Look, work with child support. Because if you don't work with them, you will be brought back to court. Please work with them.
And for child support, ask for a modification done on your child support. If you owe on child support, you want to ask for a child support modification to get the child support monthly amount lowered. Okay?
Anybody, please.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, I don't mean, give them pennies, but if you put yourself on a payment plan, just pay what you said you're going to pay. And they will accept that payment plan. They want the whole thing, which is why they penalize you interest charges. But if you say I can only pay X amount every month, pay that amount every month. Just make sure you can pay that amount every month. And then they can't say you're not working with them. They gotta honor it because that's the agreement that y'all entered into. But aside from that, we're gonna end this off. I want to give you the floor, Brother Phil, for your final thoughts before I read these super chats and log off of here. Anything that you want to say at all, sir?
What happens to your...
Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Remember to do that. And remember to share the live, too.
What?
and log off of here. Anything that you want to say at all, sir?
Well, just to back up to one point in the show, right? I just want to just add two things, like I say, because it's very, very important. You mentioned about family and this, because some people are married and they're going through that section you mentioned earlier about menopause. There are 32 symptoms of menopause, gentlemen. 32 research.
Y'all know how I feel about the menopause thing. I went over that in this is part 3 of the commentary. And so I already talked about that. You got to watch my videos. This is part 3. I already talked about the menopause theory in part 1 or 2. Your woman ain't leaving you because she in menopause, okay? It's because of all the cheating and stuff that's really been going on. You could blame it on menopause, but that ain't what it usually is.
About menopause. There are 32 symptoms of menopause, gentlemen. 32 researchers. And
this is what black men want to do. Blame they wives leaving them on their wife menopause. It's called blame shifting.
7% of divorces with after the age of 40 up to 52, 53 happens because of mostly symptoms.
Yeah, the divorces do happen around 40 or 50 because they have tolerated all the mess from one another and from their partner the last 20, 30 years. And it's just a coincidence. They breaking up around menopause. Even if menopause did not exist, if you cheated on your wife or your wife has cheated on you for 20 years, I already went over this. It ain't the prostate. It's not the enlarged prostate and it ain't menopause. She's just sick of you. It's bottom line. She's just sick of you. And he's sick of her. It ain't the prostate and menopause. It's the time of the emotional abuse and how long it's been going on. How long you been in this troubled marriage. That's it.
Some said due to menopause. So it is an issue that you're going to have to deal with. And a lot of people...
It ain't an issue, y'all. I already went over this. You got to watch part 1, 2, and of course this is part 3.
Talking about in the black community, we talking about black family, right? We're not talking about it. Some women feel funny about it, but a lot of men need to talk about that aspect as well, because the changes really affect us a lot too, just as much as affect them. So yeah, I just want to bring that up. So to keep our family together past 40, we need more education about that, women and men. But in relation to other things with a family, we need to get back to spending time with each other. Get back to the family reunions. We're not doing that no more, right? Big Mama and them gone, and all that has stopped. We got so much communication on this phone, but we really don't communicate at all. Have you noticed that, Sister Kendra?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I like how he calls her Sister Kendra. That's showing a great amount of respect that he has for her. And he's been really humble. Philip Scott, he's been really humble on her show. So I'm going to give him that. And I respect both of them. I mean, because I did commentary on Philip Scott and Kendra Davis regarding the American Black family and the extinction of it. I've gotten almost 7 new subscribers, pretty much. So yeah, they've helped me. So I thank them for helping me.
Definitely have noticed that as well, and the family reunion thing, because I talked about that a few weeks ago, where they did like I want to say it was like a survey of how Black families it dropped 50% for family reunions. Like we don't have them and that extended family, Big Mama and Big Daddy and the uncles and all that kind of stuff getting together. And I thought that was a very telling symptom of our lack of family structure at this point.
Yeah, it's more so, I'm pretty sure
it is a lack of family. Big Mama, Big Papa, everybody coming together. Because people tired of showing up with these family events and they child molester and their child rapist, Uncle Ray, Grandma Betty, all of these what they call them, mammies, battle exes, and mews, all these terms they use for Black women that support abuse and that want to keep pushing it under the rug. People don't want charges now. They ain't going to family get-togethers and Uncle Ray done raped everybody because little Johnny don't want to go to the get-together and kill Uncle Ray, predatory ass. So yeah, a lot of people are not showing up for these family events so they can stay the hell up out of prisons.
You're Gen X. So maybe your older millennials got to experience some of it, but you got your Gen Zs, they didn't get to experience any of that. And that's why, in my opinion, Gen Z is so feral. I know a word I'm using that for a reason. They're very feral. Like they don't know where they going, what they doing. They just wild out here. It's because they really had no structure, unfortunately. A lot of them, it's not their fault. It's just that's why I'm concerned a lot of times, for a lot of those young brothers and sisters, and because they don't really have the structure that we had growing up. You think about the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it wasn't like a lot of structure, y'all. It appears to be structure. Philip Scott, it appears to be structured, but really what it is a cover up too. Covering up something is not necessarily structured. It's just a structured implemented that's constantly covering up abuse. And now we know what narcissists are. Now we know what a psychopath is. Now we know about no contact. Some of the old school people was always going no contact. My grandmother was in a no contact with her father. I'm just now finding out as an adult that my grandmother's father abused her, punched my grandmother all in her face, beat my grandmother bloody. My grandmother was in no contact with her father in Alabama. And then she went back to go to his funeral. She respected him enough to go to his funeral, but my grandmother was done with him. He beat her bloody when she was like a teenager. She went no contact, left that man alone. So that's my great grandfather. I mean, by the time I was born, he either died when I was a little bitty baby, or I think I was a little bitty baby, or it was before I was born. But my great grandpa in Alabama died. And my grandmother was in no contact with him because he beat my grandmama bloody. My grandmother was judged for that because she went in no contact with her father. But hey, better to be in no contact than to go down there and shoot your daddy in the head. Okay?
90s, how we grew up. We kind of the last that really got to see a proper family structure. Even though we dealt with the crack epidemic, even though we dealt with mass incarceration, we still seen.
What are you doing up there?
Another commercial, y'all. I'm so tired of this.
Epidemic, even though we dealt with mass incarceration, we still seen viable Black communities and things like that, right? Most of us have, at least. I'm pretty sure you have, right, Kendra? Mm-hmm. Okay. But you look at the generation is walking around in 100-degree weather with all Black on, hoodies on, and Pooh Shiesty mask. I'm like, something's wrong, Lord. Like, you don't have nobody put them to the side. Boy, don't you hide? What you walking around with all that Black on for? You ask for them white folks to come shoot you, right? The police. Mm-hmm. Why are you dressed like that? It's just we don't have that no more. And that's the sad.
It is sad. It's very sad. Them Pooh Shiesties, I go the other way when I see them, because you're right. It will be 90-degree weather, and they will have them little tight jeans on and that shiesty and a hoodie. And you hot. I don't know why you get. The only time you used to see people ill dressed like that is when they had a mental problem.
Yeah.
When they had a mental problem. Mm-hmm.
And the question I have, Sister Kendra, because I'm big about this, is like, aren't they musty and stink? Like, come on, you got a Black hoodie.
So they're talking about basically wearing Black hoodies and jeans when it's hot out. My grandmother used to say that when you wear clothing, you're less hot. Now, I saw some truth in that and found some truth in that, but I don't believe it's when you wear too thick of clothing. Like the blouse I have on now, it's long sleeve and it's thin. So I've tried it. I tested it, y'all. My grandmother wasn't lying. See, because the heat is going directly on your skin if you have on like a tank top. But if you put on some sleeves, thin sleeves, y'all, not thick. Now, if I put on a bulky sweatshirt with a hoodie and it's hot out, I'm going to be more hot. But if I put on a thin long sleeve blouse, it actually kind of cools you off, y'all. I've tried it. My grandmother wasn't lying about that. She used to say, you're going to be more hot when you go in the heat showing too much skin. And she was right. But you can't put on too thick of an item neither. Yeah, so you just got to find balance in it. But they're basically talking about people are mentally ill when they wear hot clothes. Maybe that's all they got to wear, y'all. I mean, what are they if they walk out naked? At least they are still wearing clothes. Okay, that's just how I feel about it.
Aren't they musty and stink? Like, come on, you got a black hoodie on in 100-degree weather, and you can't tell me you're not stink. You can't tell me that.
You shouldn't be stank if you took a shower and bath and you did shade a hair off you. What makes you stanky, y'all, is all that hair. Trim that damn hair off, right? All up under your arms and in your private areas. Get the hair off. You shouldn't be stinking unless you got some kind of hormonal imbalance or something like that. The heat alone ain't making you stink. The clothes being too tight will make you stink too. I mean, it's a lot of different variations to smells.
You can't tell me that. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that. Then I hear from young ladies that some of them young men don't have good hygiene either. You know, so it's kind of like, you know, you're sweating, you're not putting on deodorant, everything is just stank on you. It's like, come on.
Kendra Davis just cracking up, y'all.
Come on. So,
and
yeah.
This video will be in the description, y'all. It'll be on part 1, 2, and this is part 3.
I think some of it is mental health issues, Sister Kendra. I really think it is.
Brother Phil, why you do that? Why you say that?
Well, you know, on my show, I talk like that. So you know, hey.
Not they stink.
Well, Sister Kendra, if you put on a hoodie and it's black and you're outside all day long, you're going to sweat. Sweat eventually being trapped in. It's not even breathable what they're wearing. They're going to stink. They're going to be musty all over the place. They're going to have sweat. I'm just saying.
He should be more worried about getting a few pounds off and not what people smell like. That's just how I feel. I don't like Philip Scott. He needs to lose 40 pounds, y'all. He's too handsome to have all this weight on him. Okay. And I want him to live a long time. 40 pounds. He gotta walk that off. He gotta walk 40 pounds off. Because it ain't nothing but water weight. Looking at him, his weight is not fat, it's just water weight. Some of it's fat, but I can tell the water weight look, right? And so he needs to be more concerned about that and not what black hoodie somebody's wearing and it's too hot out. Because that person wearing that black hoodie, they normally normal body weight, y'all. Because they didn't sweat it off they fat. They just have. They're no more than in the overweight range on the rush.edu average weight calendar. That's just what it is.
So sweat, it just, I'm just saying. A lot of them look unkept. Their hair be looking a mess. They don't look like they brush their teeth, some of them.
Yeah, he's very groomed, but he's still overweight. So yeah, he may be brushing his teeth and his hygiene's good, but he still needs to get 40 pounds of that water weight off so that he can be in a better health position.
You know what I'm saying? Then they walk around here with these listen, even in the airport, don't get me started with that.
But obese people, I ain't lying, y'all. When they obese or morbidly obese, they like to talk about the way people look, for real. And big as a house. But they always talking about the way they look or dress, or the way other people look or are dressed. He needs to be concerned about this weight. Because this is black culture. This is black culture right here. Obesity. Because ain't no more like back in the day, everybody in the streets playing double dutch, walking all up and down from Olive Street to downtown in St. Louis, Missouri. People sitting on their butt on these channels. Y'all, I ain't sat down one time. This live is almost 4 hours, and I have been standing the whole 4 hours. You see how I keep that 25 pounds off me consistently? I did not sit one time. You don't hear me constantly clearing my throat, coughing and shit, because I'm standing. My lungs and my airway is working properly. I got asthma, y'all. I can't be sitting around on my ass.
Saying then they walk around here with these. Listen, even in the airport, don't get me started with that. You're in the airport with bonnets on.
And I'm not listening to nothing he's saying. Talking about the bonnets that women wearing, because a lot of those women that's wearing bonnets are not fucking obese. So I'm sticking to what I said. I love some of Philip Scott thoughts. He's handsome to me. He ain't no ugly man. He ain't. But 40 pounds of water weight need to come off you, Philip Scott. That's where I stand on it. I'm just like Kevin Samuels. Remember Kevin Samuels used to be like, what's your age? How much do you weigh? How tall are you? Okay, you're going to die alone. I'm kind of like that, man. No excuses. It ain't just for ladies. It's for men like Philip Scott too. And I'm going to put this video in the description.
Looking like that too, right? Mm-hmm. And I even said I rail against that. Like, what happened to our young men when they walk? First used to be a complaint about the women wearing bonnets in the airport. Now you got dudes with bonnets in the airport. Okay.
If you have pink salt, apple cider vinegar.
Oh my God! Another freaking commercial. I need advanced technology, y'all. I'm gonna hire me somebody to help me with some things on my channel, y'all. Things I don't know how to do.
I'm in the beauty salon, then in the barber chair. You try to keep your hair done or whatever. I love my little grandson. He's 6 years old, and he said, "Why would somebody put on a bonnet?"
That's good. He's a good grandpa, y'all. I admire good grandpas.
On it. He wouldn't even put one on, and he got twists in his hair. He put on a wave cap.
But it's not okay to be obese like this because he's a grandpa. It's no excuse. Just like Philip Scott, it's not going to be no excuse when a woman's what you call a 304 or a hoe. It's no excuse. I know he's against police brutality. He makes no excuses for police that kill unarmed people. So it's no excuse. Grandpa or not, 40 pounds, Philip Scott. Come on now. You got to get that water weight off you. Like I said, he's handsome, but it's just water weight. I've been through it. I had it on me, y'all. 25 pounds I got off. I was so glad I had that 25 pounds off of me when I was in Texas. And I went to my relative's funeral. I had that 25 pounds off of me, so I felt good. And you know what? I kept it off too. I took a scale. In my luggage, I brought my digital scale with me, y'all. I was determined not to leave Texas and have gained that 25 pounds back. Because it don't take nothing but 2 to 7 days to gain it back. I can gain 10 pounds a day, y'all. I sure can. All I got to do is eat a bunch of bread, drink a bunch of the wrong stuff, and I blow up. It's water weight, y'all. And that's what needs to come off Mr. Philip Scott. Or Brother Philip Scott.
He wouldn't even put one on.
I want to hear him talking about his water weight that needs to come off. But hey, his wife may say, "Shut up, this is my man." I don't care, but she might be telling him the same thing. But I don't know. I'm not listening to him talking about hoodies because these people that I see wearing these black hoodies in the summer, their weight is better than his. He needs to focus on his weight. So he's not following the pattern of the traditional black man having a heart attack at an early age. Can you imagine they announced Mr. Philip Scott died of a heart attack today? That's what's gonna happen if he don't get this shit up off him.
He wouldn't even put one on, and he got twists in his hair. He put on a wave cap. He refused to let his mama or anybody put a bonnet on him. I say, you're right. You don't let nobody put no bonnet on you. You're a boy. You're gonna be a man. And that's for women. That's for girls. What's next? These dudes will walk around here with the moo-moos next in the airport. That'd be next.
They walking around in skirts in Atlanta, but we
Yeah. There you go. But my thing is, black women, that's your fault because you're allowing it. You're dating them. Then you want to get bothered
and
when he's chasing a transformer. Like, you wouldn't wonder what kind of man you had? But that's a conversation of a different day.
That's a completely different conversation. Because and the skirt was cute. I was like, why he got on a blue jean skirt? Beloved, it was flare. I was like, oh, they really doing, I don't like that. Y'all got skirts on talking about y'all hardcore. I don't know what kind of hardcore gang stuff that is. That's
they talking about this down low stuff. Yeah, down low men, all these rappers and stuff. I get
different kind of gang now. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. What I'm gonna do is read these super chats. The rest of these super chats. Thank you, Black Housewife, for your contribution. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you to Everyday Muslims. I know men who earn.
Okay, so she's reading her super chats, and that does not need to be in my live. So please like, share, and subscribe. Tune in for more. Of course, you know how it works. If this live it's public, then YouTube puts it back in private, and then I have to make it public again. So that's how it's been working. So within 30 minutes, if this live doesn't let you watch it, within like 30 minutes or so, it should let you go back into it and watch it. So I appreciate y'all. I enjoyed this live myself, y'all. The Lord put it on my heart to do the live, and I'm so glad that I did it. Because I really enjoyed this live. I sure did. And hey, the universe brings it back, y'all. We had the father, the European American gentleman, the white gentleman that's on the live. I thank the Lord that he participated. I pray that his girls stay safe. He's being such a great father, from what I can tell. And I was just telling my son, and I was saying good things about white men. So be careful what you speak, y'all. And then a white gentleman came and participated so much in my life. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm going to be starting that playlist. Remember I said I would start the playlist talking about white men? So I will get that started within the next week or so. That'll be my little homework assignment. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And tune in for more with the Advanced Insight channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the new subscribers as well. I want to make sure that my channel continues to grow. Small channels grow bigger and bigger every day, y'all. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Tune in for more with the Advanced Insight channel. Thank you.